Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Here's the first pitch. Hot shot. High fly ball. Deep right field. And this one is gone. A moonshot by Patrick Sullivan. And a hanging ball over the plate skies this one deep to right field. A 3-run homer in his debut, Patrick Sullivan.
And now we'll take you to the birthplace of baseball, Pittsfield, Massachusetts, and Paul Downfield at historic Wacona Park.
Long hold, exhales, the 0-2. Hot shot past the diving second baseman Ricciardi. Another RBI single. They're going to round the next runner, and there will be no throw. A 2 RBI single by Brian McHale, and the game has been flipped for the momentum, and now the Suns lead it by a score of 5-2.
And now, here are your hosts for Pittsfield Suns Baseball, Billy Madewell, Steve O'Brien, and Colin Quinn.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to beautiful Paul Downfield at Wacona Park in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, as the Pittsfield Suns, they get ready to take FCBL action against the visiting North Shore Navigators. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in to Pittsfield Suns Baseball. My name is Billy Madewell. Alongside me, as always, my broadcast partners, Steve O'Brien Jr. and Colin Quinn. For the Pittsfield Suns All-Star Game, rosters were just announced, and a lot of Pittsfield showing for a game that's in Pittsfield.
Well, not terribly surprising there with how good these Suns have been this year. I will have a complete rundown of all the Pittsfield Suns that were elected to the All-Star Game in just a moment.
Well, yeah, you said it. They've been so good all season long, and the guys that did make the roster were absolutely so deserving of making so. And then there's also a fan vote that if you go out onto our Twitter page or you go onto the Futures League main website, you can go and vote for a couple of other guys on the Pittsfield Suns looking to get into the All-Star Game. And hopefully they are able to get in there in just a short 6 days. We'll be hosting the All-Star Game right here at Wacona Park in Pittsfield.
That is very true. And before our first pitch, we're going to give you a trip around the FCBL, let you know what's happening around the world of the Futures Collegiate Baseball League of New England.
Lots of good stuff going on in the FCBL. Taking a look at some of the scores from yesterday and earlier today, Bristol, the Blues defeated the Westfield Starfires 9-3. Bristol put together 15 hits in that game. Everybody but one in their starting 9 got at least one hit in that game. Mark Fiello, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, no earned runs allowed. He led the way for Bristol defensively. Meanwhile, for Westfield, about the only thing that went right for them was a Danny Crossan 2-run homer. The Nashua Silver Knights beat the North Shore Navigators yesterday, 7-3. Nashua put together a 5-run 8 to propel them to victory. Nashua's Dylan Jones recorded his 26th RBI this year. It ties Bristol's Brandon Miller for first in the league. Worcester and Brockton ended their regulation time with a score of 6-6, so they went to the home run derby. Before that, Brockton saw home runs from Eddie Hart, Andrew Mara, and Nick Shumsky. And in the derby, Worcester wins that one, the derby, that is, 15-5. Paul Komelos hit 15 homers for the Worcester Bravehearts, all 15 of them. Guys, I will toss this to you real quick. Can you tell me who and what the record is for most home runs in an FCBL derby?
Well, that's tough. Zach Tower, I believe, don't quote me, I believe it's 21.
Correct name, Zach Tower, 17.
Up by 4.
Close, you still knew the name.
2017 for the Wachusett Dirt Dogs. So Komelos comes within 2 of tying that. Games from earlier today, Brockton beat the Worcester Bravehearts 5-4. Worcester put up a 4-run first inning, but Brockton stormed back. Gabe Gioso had his 4th homer of the year. Meanwhile, in relief, Brockton's Scott Creedon pitched 5 innings, not allowing a single hit. So big game for him. That was, again, earlier today. Taking a look at the rest of the games today, Nashua and Westfield. They are clashing this evening in Westfield. They are currently in pregame, so no score there yet. And again, the North Shore Navigators here visiting your Pittsfield Suns. Speaking of the Pittsfield Suns, the all-star rosters were announced recently. Pittsfield putting up a swath of players into the all-star game. It's going to be the Pittsfield Electrics versus the Pittsfield Hillies in honor of Wacona Park's prestigious 100-year history. So for the Electrics and players of your Pittsfield Suns, Henry Leake, John Clayton, Matt Malcolm, Jack Kalumovic. For the Hillies, it'll be Ryan Langford, John Morrison, Jackson Peterson, Jeff Vargas, and Mark Coley. Other players that you may recognize for the Electrics, Nashua was Dylan Jones, Brockton's Mitch D'Onofrio, no surprise there. Gabe Gioso, also of Brockton, Zeke Diamond from the Bristol Blues, Kyle Sandstrom from the Nashua Silver Knights, and for the Hillies, Scott Creedon, the aforementioned Scott Creedon from Brockton, Mariano Ricciardi of the Worcester Bravehearts, and Austin White of the Bristol Blues. Meanwhile, all y'all listening at home can go on to the FCBL website or our Twitter, as Colin mentioned, and vote for both Connor Berry and Mike Noki as fan vote all-star selections. That is the all-star game, so we're going to take a quick look at FCBL standings. Pittsfield Suns on top by a game and a half. They're 19-13, 6-4 in their last 10. Bristol and North Shore both a game and a half back. Bristol 18-15, North Shore 19-16. So Bristol gets the tiebreaker there by virtue of 0.02 of a percentage point. The Worcester Bravehearts are 18-16, 2 games back. They are also 6-4 in their last 10. Brockton is 18-16. They're 2 back as well. They are 4-6 in their last 10, as are the Nashua Silver Knights, who are 16-18, 4 games out, and the Westfield Starfire sit at 10-24. They've lost 3 in a row. They're 10 games out of first place. That's your look around the FCBL. We'll have more score updates as the night goes on, as well as a little quick MLB All-Star Game recap later.
And now we're going to take a quick timeout. As Colin, we have some news from you regarding what happened earlier.
Well, I was able to chat with one of the all-stars for the Pittsfield Suns, Mr. Matt Malcolm, who has been hitting the cover off the ball. Got to ask him a couple of questions, and he had some really nice answers to them as well. So we'll take a break, and we'll get into that interview when we come back.
You're listening to the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
The following commercial is sponsored by feedthepig.org, an organization devoted to helping you save money. We will not entice you with messages like
lowest prices in town, dealer approved, certified pre-owned.
Nor will we brag about our
Huge selection, enormous variety.
We will offer no contingencies like
See store for details. Legal exclusions apply.
because we simply want to help you spend smarter and save better. Log on to feedthepig.org. Find the benefits of saving for every stage of life. Brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Exercise is hard. So is maintaining a healthy diet. Of course, neither is half as hard as dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Even sadder, most of these deaths are preventable with a few lifestyle changes, including regular activity, healthier eating, and not smoking. Talk to your doctor about your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
Welcome back to the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. My name is Colin Quinn. Joining me today is catcher/designated hitter for the Pittsfield Suns, Matt Malcolm. Matt, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, thank you. You really started to slug the ball over the last 5 games. You're 10 for your last 21, which has included 5 doubles. Do you have the double stroke or what?
I guess I got it going on right now. Seeing the ball well, swinging the bat well.
Also hitting from both sides of the plate. What's that all about?
Just always been a talent I've always had. Never really had the confidence from coaching staff perspective or myself to be able to do it in a game. But I said, why not? Sent it out there on the left side and got the job done.
It worked.
Much more you can ask for.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
And you talked about a little bit about the coaching. You're first on the team in qualified average at the plate. How has hitting coach Chris Barbrata helped you this summer?
He really does a good job mentally preparing you for what you're about to face going into the batter's box. does a good job talking your anxiousness down when you're in the on-deck circle. Little things like that help change your mentality to really get you locked in when you go to the plate.
Well, catchers aren't usually known for their wheels on the base pass, but that doesn't let that get in the way of you. Has it been just this summer that you've been showing off the wheels, or have you been doing that all season long, especially at your plate, Eastern Connecticut State?
Yeah, I do that a lot. It's part of my game, definitely part of my game. Sometimes it's got me caught up, as you see a couple times this summer, but I enjoy it. Keeps me active, keeps me in shape. Got the soccer legs, so might as well use them, right?
There you go. So finally, you're one of 9 Pittsfield Suns All-Star selections this summer here. It's going to be taking place at Wacona Park on Tuesday. What does this selection mean to you?
It means a lot. It makes me happy, obviously. Makes me proud of what I've done, what I've become. Really brings me back to my roots and like appreciate what started me and became the baseball player that I am. So really makes me happy.
Perfect. Well, that's Matt Malcolm, All-Star catcher / designated hitter for the Pittsfield Suns. Matt, congratulations. Good luck out there.
Thank you.
We'll be right back on the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
And we are back with the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. We're going to take a quick step away as the conclusion of the Suns are being announced onto the field. We're going to have a real treat with a cast of Shrek the Musical going to be singing your national anthem. You've been listening to the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can all please rise and remove all hats as we honor America with the singing of tonight's national anthem. Performing tonight's anthem, please welcome the cast of Shrek the Musical, Alex Getlin.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rocking tread thy bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And what a national anthem it was. With that being sung, ladies and gentlemen, we are all set for Pittsfield Suns baseball. Now introducing to you the starting lineup for the visiting North Shore Navigators.
Leading off for the North Shore Navigators is the left fielder, number 25, Colin Wetterow. Batting second is the third baseman, number 11, Andrew Olzak. In this third slot today is the designated hitter, number 2, Sean Lawler. The cleanup hitter for the Navigators is the center fielder, number 33, Ben Malgeri. In the fifth slot is the right fielder, number 16, Cade Kretschmar. In the sixth hole is number 31, the first baseman, Dominic Freeberger. In the seventh hole is the shortstop, number 23, Logan Bravo. Hitting eighth for the Navigators is the catcher, number 1, Nolan Watson. And rounding out the lineup for the North Shore Navigators is the second baseman, number 29, Keegan Calero. They will oppose Pittsfield Suns right-handed pitcher, number 20, John Clayton.
And make that all-star right-handed hurler, John Clayton, at that. He has had all-star numbers. In 4 starts, he has a 1-0 record with a 1.12 ERA. In 24 innings pitched collectively, he's given up 16 hits, 3 runs all earned, 5 walks to 22 strikeouts, a great ratio for Clayton on the mound for the Suns.
Taking a look at the defensive alignment this afternoon. Again, John Clayton will be pitching for the Suns, being caught by the Baby Shark, Andrew Fernandez. From third to first across the infield, it's Beckett, Osmond, Berry, and Baruch. And left to right across the outfield is Bogus, Trenkel, and Coley. That is the defensive alignment for your Pittsfield Suns.
Outfield dimensions at Paul Outfield at Wacona Park come as follows. 310 down the left field line, 377 in left, 374 feet in dead center field, 403 the power alley that sits in right center field, and down the right field line, 305 feet.
Number 25, Colin Wetterow.
The left fielder, number 25, Colin Wetterow, will dig into the contest and leading off the contest from the left-hand side. As we take a peek at Wetterow on the season, Wetterow batting .305 in 30 games played. He's got a homer and 16 RBI. Does not have a great walk-to-strikeout ratio, however, 10 walks to 25 strikeouts.
Wetterow is one of 7 Navigators who will be right here next Tuesday, representing the Navigators in the All-Star game.
Clayton winds for the very first pitch of tonight's contest. In there for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. This ballgame starting off at 6:33 p.m.
Now, Billy, you mentioned John Clayton's stellar 1.12 ERA. That's only, best in the FCBL among qualified pitchers.
That pitch just misses outside. The count is 1-1. He's really had his stuff, and also he's been having his defense really back him up, trusting in the Suns, which really shows to the true character of the chemistry between the defense and the pitcher. That one is nubbed foul, and the count is now 1-2.
Has not allowed a run, earned or otherwise, in his last 20 innings pitched coming into today, scattering 11 hits over those 20 innings. He has become a true ace pitcher on this team, an ace among aces.
Yeah, that's a great phrase to use, ace among aces, because these Pittsfield Suns, this team has the best ERA in the league. Here's a 1-2. Swung on and just fouled off. In and out of the mitt there, Fernandez. And the count will remain at 1-2.
Clayton has made all 5 now of his starts here at Wacona Park, and his last one being the absolute gem. 8 innings full, just 5 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and an 8-0 win against the Bristol Blues. He was just magnificent.
There's a pitcher of the week and night for that as well. The 1-2 is yet again foul back, and Wetterow continues to fight off the count, and it still remains a 1-2 count.
That those 4 starts previous here, all at Wacona Park, Colin. That's great news for us. It means we get to watch him pitch.
Absolutely. What a treat it is.
It really is, guys. Here's a windup from Clayton, and the 1-2. Swung on, fouled off of the batter. And for the 4th time, we'll see a 1-2 count.
Well, for all the talk about Clayton early on here, Wetterow's putting up a very nice at bat here, fouling. That's the word. Off a few pitches to stay in it here.
Clayton going to need to get an out pitch either way. Here's the 1-2. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. He found it there with a fastball. Absolutely froze Wetterow. And that'll be the first strikeout of the ball game, bringing up the third baseman, number 11, Andrew Olzak.
John Clayton has 24 innings pitched. It'll be 24 and a third. Now has 23 strikeouts, so almost 1 strikeout per inning. Just incredible numbers.
He's a strikeout artist. And here is Andrew Olzak, 328 batter, a homer, 20 RBI. First pitch, that's right in there for a called strike. 0-1. Calling the balls and strikes tonight behind the plate, John Nevis. And continuing the veteran presence for the umpiring crew on the bases, Derek Kavinsky. The 0-1. Called strike on the fastball, just painting the black. And the count is now 0-2 here to Andrew Olzak, just getting underway in Pittsfield.
Olzak, another one of the guys representing the All-Star team for the Navigators.
This one is foul back. Very similar to Wetterow, starting to fight it off here. So the count remains 0-2.
Back for the Navigators. The top 4 hitters in their lineup today will be here on next Tuesday, in the All-Star game.
Yeah, no surprise there, huh? How those kinds of things tend to follow one another.
That pitch just missing outside. Unable to paint the black, and the count is now 1-2 with 1 gone.
That's not a bad waste pitch there by Clayton. Close. Could have gotten the batter to chase.
That one is too far this time in the dirt. Now the count is 2-2. Clayton looking for his pitch here from Fernandez. Does the wind and the 2-2 swung on a miss for strike 3. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. Will bring up the designated hitter number 2, Sean Lawler. And looking at Lawler on the season, he is second on the team in hitting. He is batting right now .333 in 30 games played. He's got 5 homers and 24 RBI. Definitely up there in the league lead for all 3 batters. He's going to bat in from the left-hand side, and the first pitch is cut on and missed. Mark at 0-1 from Clayton, who is dealing early.
Yes, he is. This is fun to watch already. Retiring the first 2 batters here with a strikeout. Looking to make it 3 here for the side.
Clayton with the wind and the 0-1. Swung on this one, hit and play. It's foul, but that will eventually go out of play. So the count now is 0-2 for Clayton. Showing some early life in his location, finesse and power. That's what you call the trifecta. Let's see if he can get another trifecta. With the slow nod, the slow wind, and the 0-2. Swung on foul back towards us.
Well, Lawler coming in with that .333 average is good for 7th in the FCBL. And obviously second on the team, like Billy mentioned, behind Matt Greger, who is not in the lineup tonight.
And who does lead the league.
Right.
The 0-2 just missing outside. Fernandez trying to frame to no avail. 1-2 the count. Shakes off a sign. Now has it. Winds and the 1-2. Mark it 3. Swung on in. No, it was dropped there by Fernandez. It's foul tipped in and out of the mitt of Fernandez. So the count will remain 1-2. And Lawler will have a free chance here, an extra chance.
The last 7 games, Lawler hitting .364.
This one a high fly ball towards the left. August going to chase, but this one's going to go out of play.
In those 6 games, 22 at-bats, 6 runs, 8 hits, a couple of extra base hits, 5 of them in total. 2 doubles, 2 homers, 1 triple, 7 RBIs in that span as well. So a guy that's been hitting the ball consistently all season long for the North Shore Navigators and Sean Lawler.
So the count again, it remains 1-2 with 2 gone. Shakes off a sign twice. Now a nod. An exhale. Wind. And the pitch. 1-2 is fouled off in the same spot. Again, we have a lot of continuation foul balls. That is the 8th continuation foul ball just this inning, and we're only in the first.
Handed to these North Shore Navigator batters. They are hanging tough against Clayton. Result hasn't gone their way yet, but they're staying in these counts.
Called strike 3, and that will end the inning as Clayton strikes out the side in order in a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We now head to the home half of the first, and no score between the North Shore Navigators and the Pittsfield Suns. And we now present to you the starting lineup for your Pittsfield Suns.
For the Pittsfield Suns, leading off will be the center fielder, number 36, Caden Trinkle. Batting next is the second baseman today, number 43, Connor Berry. The designated hitter, number 13, Jackson Peterson, will bat third for the Pittsfield Suns. In the cleanup position for the Suns today is the right fielder, number 23, Mark Coley. In the left field today, batting fifth is number 18, Jeff Bogus. Batting sixth today for the Suns is the first baseman, number 19, Dan Baruch. Behind the plate and catching for the Suns and batting seventh is number 8, Andrew Fernandez. Over at third base, batting eighth is number 28, Taylor Beckett. And rounding out the lineup for the Pittsfield Suns is number 40, the shortstop, Bryce Osmond. And they will oppose, once again, number 14, Tristan Sarcone of the North Shore Navigators.
The lefty is 1-1 on the year with a 3.70 ERA and 5 appearances, 3 of them starts. He's pitched 17 innings, given up 14 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, 8 walks, and 20 strikeouts. For Tristan Sarcone, he's trying to shake off his last outing. By shake off, really he wants to really mirror that and he wants to get all the dust off of that mirror because, well, he hasn't pitched since the 4th of July and what was a 9-0 rout for the North Shore Navigators. 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, faced 19. And he actually lowered his ERA from 5.25 to 3.70.
Yes, sir. He was pretty effective here on the 4th of July against the Pittsfield Suns.
Seems like the Suns hitters were just not having their night that night, and the pitching for the Navigators, especially Sarcone, was just so good.
Taking a look at the defensive lineup this afternoon for North Shore Navigators. Again, Tristan Sarcone will be on the mound. He's caught this afternoon by Nolan Watson. From third to first across the infield, it's Olzak, Bravo, Calero, and Freeberger. And left to right across the outfield, it's Wetero, Algeri, and Kretschmar. That is the defensive alignment for these North Shore Navigators as they are set now to face the Pittsfield Suns.
The center fielder, number 36, Caden Trinkle.
Well, you just heard our PA announcer, Mike Heck. Center fielder number 36, Caden Trinkle, also leading off from the left-hand side. As we take a peek at Trinkle, he's had a bit of a late surge coming into the year. Trinkle now batting .254. That's over the team average of .250. He has 3 homers, 11 RBI. And he will face off against Tristan Sarcone. And a lefty versus lefty confrontation already. This one is swung on and missed. And the count is 0-1.
Caden Trinkle yesterday was really, really good in the win over the Westfield Star, or 2 days ago against the Westfield Starfires on Monday. Went 2 for 5 with a home run, and no doubter to right field. 2 RBIs to add onto that as well.
The 0-1, that one's cut on, missed on a changeup that dips low and has some late action to it.
And if I do remember correctly, a fantastic diving catch in left field to retire the Starfires in the top of the ninth.
The 0-2 way inside, almost got a piece there of Trinkle. The count is now 1-2.
Trinkle was in the lineup when the Navigators were here on the 4th of July. He went 0 for 4 with 1 strikeout in the game.
The 1-2. This one is a chopper in between first and second, so no hitless game here today for Trinkle. He's going to kick off the contest with a leadoff single.
Well, when you think of Caden Trinkle and what we've seen out of him this year, he's just really solid in a lot of areas. He's a solid average guy. He's got good power. He's very, very solid defensively in the outfield. We've seen a lot of plays in center field, a couple in left. Can't really point to too many weaknesses in his game, you know. There's nothing that necessarily leaps off the paper at you, but not everyone needs to be a superstar.
Well, this leaps off the paper here for you. Connor Berry, that's number 43 in the second baseman. He's going to foul the first pitch off. The count is 0-1. Berry is batting .360. Sure, that's a great average. He's not qualified in the average, but this is certainly qualifying. He's played in 13 games, has at least 1 hit in every game that he has played for the Suns this season. No homers and an RBI. Pickoff throw back over to first. And back in safely there is Trinkle. Trinkle, a solid lead over on first against the lefty. And the pitch. Just misses outside, maybe a tad high as well. The count is 1 ball, 1 strike here to Connor Berry, who is a fan vote for the Pittsfield Suns for the 2019 FCBL All-Star Game that's going to be happening this upcoming Tuesday here at Wacona Park. Here is the 1-1. A check swing, and the pitch was low. No appeal. There's no need. He did not go anyway. 2 balls, 1 strike. It's a hit and run count here. They do appeal. No, he did not go. Take a peek at Trinkle real quick. He is 4 for 7 and stolen bases. Certainly can attempt it. 2-1. Swung on over the shortstop's head and into left field. Back-to-back singles to start off the contest, and now this will bring up the DH number 13, a dangerous hitter for the Suns. This is Jackson Peterson.
In regards really quick to that fan vote for Connor Berry, I think the only thing really that makes that a reality is that he has only played 14 games now for the Suns. He came in late on the season. I mean, he's hit in all 14 games he's played. You can't ask for much more than that. I think if he plays a full season here with the Suns, he's an easy MVP or All-Star vote.
No doubt about that.
You don't need to tread water. He would be an easy MVP.
I was going to say, We'll wait till the end of the season for that one, but you never know.
Jackson Peterson, 267 hitter, 6 homers, 23 RBI. Pickoff motion towards second, no throw. As Peterson was pretty much an easy target for the All-Star vote. Was the catcher of the month for the month of June. Pretty easy to grab there when you got numbers like that. First pitch, he's going to take at least one, and it's going to get in there thigh high over the plate. Count is 0-1.
Well, for a guy that hits for as much power as he does, he's second in the league in home runs, or tied for second in the league in home runs, I should say. He's got a pretty decent average, too, coming into this game at 267. He's not a big, necessarily strikeout guy. He hits well, besides just hitting for power.
Well, this one, as a misnomer to your claim, this one is swung on and missed. The count is 0-2. Oh, everyone swings and misses once in a while. A warm, muggy day in Pittsfield, about, we'll say, mid to high 80s with definite near 100% in humidity and a light overcast. Here's the 0-2 from Sarcone. Swung on this one, a chopper over towards second. This could be two. Throw over to short for one. Throw over to first is in time by a half step. It will advance the runner over to third on the 4-6-3 double play here for the right fielder, number 23, Mark Coley. So not too bad if the Suns can take advantage.
Yes, sir. And you said it right there. If the Suns can take advantage, it'd be nice for them to jump out to an early lead against a team that gave them so much trouble in their last meetup. Well, here's a guy that can do it, Mark Coley. He's been fantastic all year, and again, another easy all-star vote.
277 on the year, 5 homers, 17 RBI. First pitch looking, this one hits at the knees, a called strike. The count is 0-1. Sarcone, again here at Wacona Park, he is known as a North Palm. Here's the 0-1. Curveball. Boy, what a beauty was that big bender right there as it hits the outside corner. And he backdoors him. The count is now 0-2.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of those from Sarcone in his outings here at Wacona Park. Just those beautiful curveballs that he has. Catches the back door and always gets that outside corner for a strike.
Sarcone sets from the stretch. Runner on third is Trenkle. The pitch. Swung on a high drive to deep right center field. Going back is the right fielder, Kretschmar, and he's not going to get there. One run is going to come in, and now running first is going to be Coley. He's going to run second now. He's going to jot in all the way to third. The throw not nearly in time, and that is an easy RBI double by the right fielder and all-star Mark Coley. And the Pittsfield Suns take it early, 1-0 lead.
Well, my goodness, Mark Coley, way to make a statement here in the first inning. Beautiful hit to the power alley, 403 in the deepest part of the park, and he just about reached that in the air. An easy 3-bagger for Coley. He got there well before the throw even reached the infield, let alone third base. He was on his horse the whole time.
Triple number 3 of the year already for Mark Coley. He's just been hitting the ball and hitting it far and hard.
Thank you, guys. Now I collected my breath. The count is 0-1 here to the lefty hitter and fielder, number 18, Jeff Bogus. For Bogus on the season, looking at his numbers, or attempting to. Didn't want to load up here for me. Bogus, 301, 2 homers, 15 RBI. And the next pitch, that's cut on and missed. For a called strike, now it's 0-2.
Boy, one of the most improved players, in my opinion, on the Suns roster is this guy right here.
For sure.
Jeff Bogus hitting .235 on June 24th. That's just not too long ago.
Hot shot into center. Going back there is Mal Jerry. And he will collect the out. And that's going to end the inning. But not so fast. The Pittsfield Suns, they still get on the board here in the first. 1 run off of 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We now head to 1 inning full now to the top of the second. It is the Pittsfield Suns who lead the North Shore Navigators by a score of 1-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
In times like these, violence in our schools is a reality, so it's important to know what to do if a dangerous situation arises, and also how to prevent it. Kids, never bring a weapon to school, and if you see a student with one or even hear someone talking about having a weapon, report it immediately. If something doesn't seem right or look right to you, speak up. If someone you know is showing signs of anger, or if you are feeling out of control, tell someone. If you feel threatened or bullied, tell someone. Violent acts often start out as small disagreements. Tell a parent or teacher if you see an argument taking place. It's better to let someone know about a disagreement before it gets out of hand. Let's put an end to these tragedies. Ask your school to adopt an anti-violence program. Visit ncpc.org to learn more about how to keep your school safe. That's ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Did you know the third leading cause of fire deaths for older adults is cooking? Hi, I'm Rob Neal from the United States Fire Administration with important fire safety tips for seniors. Never leave cooking unattended because a serious fire can start in seconds. Don't wear loose clothing while cooking. Keep towels and pot holders away from the range. Double check the kitchen before you go to bed or leave your home. This message is brought to you by the United States Fire Administration, your local fire department, and this radio station.
Now in the top of the second for the Pittsfield Suns, who will stay 1-0 lead over the North Shore Navigators. It'll be the middle of the order. The center fielder, number 33, Ben Malgiri. He is going to dig in here for the North Shore Navigators. Malgiri, right now batting fourth on the team in qualified batters, 316 hitter, 2 homers, 16 RBI. Shaking the sign there from Clayton. Now a nod. And the oh-so-methodical slow windup and the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1.
Once again, Ben Malgiri, the last one in the Navigators lineup here tonight that has made the All-Star team. The game will be played here on Tuesday.
That pitch also at the knees. Oh, Malgiri. He said, hey, that was low. Oh, we better not toe that line.
Yikes.
Not now and not against John Nevis. Called strike. It's now 0-2. And the pitch. This one down the right field line. Fair or foul. Coley's going to chase either way, but it's going to go out of play. Every batter, albeit this only the fourth, has a continuation foul, at least one. That is number 9 and 4 batters.
Well, they're making John Clayton work, that's for sure.
Yes.
And honestly, that's what they're going to have to do to get Clayton out of the game early is due to the pitch count rule.
As good as he's been, they are driving up his pitch count early, which may factor in later as the game reaches the middle and later innings.
Pitch misses outside, and now the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wind up, 1-2. Ooh, just missing the outside corner by millimeters. Count is 2-2.
Good take there by Malgiri, real tough. Just on the outside part of the plate. I think Andrew Fernandez asked where that was.
2-2 is fouled back. 10th continuation foul ball now, and also remain a 2-2 count.
Already upwards of 25 pitches is John Clayton here. We're just 1+ through the game. So definitely making him work, even though he has those 3 strikeouts on the board.
A step up from Clayton. He wants to go over the signs once more with Fernandez. The 2-2, check swing, and the pitch is low. And this will be the first count now with 3 balls on it as the count is full, 3-2. Clayton winds and the payoff. Swung on a miss for strike 3. 4 batters faced, and that is 4 Ks. 2 the normal way, 2 backwards. This will bring up the right fielder, number 16, Cade Kretschmar. And for Kretschmar on the season as well, reliable hitter for the Navigators, 306 hitter, 3 homers, 16 RBI. And his walks and strikeouts are even par at 11 apiece. From the left side, the pitch from Clayton comes, and this one is jotted out to shallow left. The shortstop Osman getting called off by Bogus, the left fielder, who makes the catch. And finally, a fielder is of absolute need other than the catcher.
Well, Billy, you guys were talking about strikeout artists on the Pittsfield Suns earlier. They have a lot of them. John Morrison with an absurd 36 strikeouts in 23 and a third innings pitched. He's the easy name to pick, but you also have Alex Price, 32 Ks in 32 even, so that's a nice, healthy 1 per. Ryan Langford with 25 in 14 and 2/3 innings. That's a healthy 1+ per. I'm not going to do the actual math out in my head.
That one is shot out to right for a base hit there for the Navigators from the first baseman, number 31, Dominic Freeberger. Freeberger coming into the contest with a 256 average, no homers, 13 RBI. He's going to see his average improve here, as it is now the shortstop, number 23, Logan Bravo. And for Bravo, it's been down a little bit late. A 250 hitter now, 5 homers, 18 RBI. Going back to your point with the strikeout artists, you can start calling them the Pittsfield Bob Rosses with the amount of Ks that they're paying. Pitch hits the outside corner for a called strike. The count is 0-1. As for Clayton looking over at Freeberger, he is a deadly stealing of a base machine, 7 for 9 on the season.
Got some wheels over there first. Not a huge lead, though.
Pitch, that one drops low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, at the University of Albany, where John Clayton plays his college ball, he had 51 strikeouts in 63 1/3 innings. So not overly a strikeout pitcher there, but does record some strikeouts as well.
This one shot in between third and short. Osmond will dive, but it's going to go into left field for a 2-out base knock for the second straight time now for Bravo. And now there's runners on second as well as on first after the back-to-back singles. The catcher, number 1, Nolan Watson, now will step up to the dish for Watson. Not a great year offensively, really more known as a defensive catcher. Watson batting 181, no homers, 9 RBI, 12 walks to an unsightly 39 strikeouts. But that's only second on the team behind Macker. So a mini jam here for John Clayton as the Suns lead it 1-0 here at the top of the second. Pitch swung on a miss for strike 3. Back to the normal way of what we've been seeing Clayton here today. Here's the 0-1. We'll say that one's low. I think that was what Fernandez was asking about with that slow delay there.
Yeah, that one didn't seem to miss by much. That looked like a pretty good pitch from up here, but from up here is the key part of that phrase.
Again, we are wearing red, not blue. Here's a 1-1. This one over the plate. It's Franz, but this one apparently too high. Now the count is 2-1, and this will be the first count, I believe, that Clayton is behind on today.
Well, I talked to Matt Malcolm in the pregame show and talked about how his speed has played a factor in his game. How about the speed of Nolan Watson, another catcher? He's 10 for 11 in stolen bases.
That's fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone, 2 on.
When he does get ahead, he can turn it into a double or even a triple. He has 4 doubles and 2 triples this season, does Watson. That has been struggling pretty much all season long with the bat, but when he does get a hit, it's an RBI hit at least. 9 RBIs this season.
2-2. Called strike 3 right down the middle. Froze up Watson. 5th strikeout already. And we're only through 2 innings of work there for Clayton. No runs off 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. We now head through 1.5 innings of baseball to the bottom of the second. The Pittsfield Suns lead the North Shore Navigators 1-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
In times like these, violence in our schools is a reality, so it's important to know what to do if a dangerous situation arises, and also how to prevent it. Kids, never bring a weapon to school, and if you see a student with one or even hear someone talking about having a weapon, report it immediately. If something doesn't seem right or look right to you, speak up. If someone you know is showing signs of anger, or if you are feeling out of control, tell someone. If you feel threatened or bullied, tell someone. Violent acts often start out as small disagreements. Tell a parent or teacher if you see an argument taking place. It's better to let someone know about a disagreement before it gets out of hand. Let's put an end to these tragedies. Ask your school to adopt an anti-violence program. Visit ncpc.org to learn more about how to keep your school safe. That's ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Did you know the third leading cause of fire deaths for older adults is cooking? Hi, I'm Rob Neal from the United States Fire Administration with important fire safety tips for seniors. Never leave cooking unattended because a serious fire can start in seconds. Don't wear loose clothing while cooking. Keep towels and pot holders away from the range. Double check the kitchen before you go to bed or leave your home. This message is brought to you by the United States Fire Administration, your local fire department, and this radio station.
You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network at Paul Dowd Field at Wacona Park in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Billy Madewell, Steve O'Brien Jr., Colin Quinn on the call. As we head to the bottom of the second, the Pittsfield Suns will lead off with their number 6 hitter, first baseman number 19, Dan Baruch, as they host a 1-0 lead over the North Shore Navigators. Dan Baruch, the character known as Dan Baruch, is going to step up to the dish, batting .275 thus far this season. A homer, 8 RBI. And the first pitch. That one is a changeup, misses high, 1-0.
Well, Baruch was batting .205 just a few short days ago on July 2nd. That being an 8-0 win over the Blues. He was hitless in 3 at-bats.
The 1-0 hits the inside corner, 1-1.
Since then, he's gone 5 for his last 7 with a pair of doubles and a home run to improve his average to that .275 mark.
Not a bad way to get your total bases up on the meter as well. The 1-1 misses high and away. The count is now 2-1.
He's also collected 5 RBIs in that short span as well. So another guy that's been improving over the last couple games is Mr. Dan Baruch.
Yes, sir. You said it best on that 13-4 win over the Silver Knights here on July 5th. Who is this man?
That one, you felt the wind on the swing and miss. It's 2-2. Here is the pitch from Sarcone. Hot shot down the left field line, but foul and off the tarp. He roped that one, but pulled it a little too hard.
We've seen plenty of those balls go down the line fair recently in our recent games, especially against the Brockton Rocks last weekend. A couple of them, yes, on Monday against the Starfires.
2 balls, 2 strikes for Sarcone. The delayed pitch. Chopper headed towards third, backhanded by Olzak. A throw over to first, and it's just bobbled by the first baseman. And let's see, they're not calling interference. Throw will head back over to second. First baseman there, Friedberger, tried to go get the ball, just nicked off his glove. Tried to advance over to second. They pointed at the first baseman.
Catcher number 8, Andrew Fernandez.
And I'm assuming that they called interference on the first baseman for the advancement over to second.
I would think so. I mean, I don't. In what other instance would an umpire point at an infield player like that?
So we're going to rule that as a 2-base error on the first baseman. Just a wild play. Had him dead to rights, but just dropped it. This is the catcher number 8, Andrew Fernandez. First pitch. That's in there. A called strike, 0-1. Fernandez, probably the best defensive catcher that you will see, and hitting is not too bad at either. Fernandez batting .232 with a homer, 6 RBI. His pop time has got to be, I'd say, easily less than 2 seconds. Just very, very pinpoint quick. As this one is hit up the middle, and that's going to drop down for a base hit. The slight hesitation there for the runner, however, for Baruch is going to hold him at third. So that is a single, putting runners on the corners for Fernandez and Baruch on first and third, respectively. Bring up the third baseman, number 28, Taylor Beckett. Very slow start to the season. 11 games played, 3 for 37. No homers, 5 RBI. And trying to get it back a little bit more offensively the past couple games.
It's nice to see Andrew Fernandez just dunk one in there to center field. Been struggling over the last 8 or so games, but gets a base hit here.
First pitch, he's going to see the first one go over the plate, called strike 0-1.
Just what I was going to say, Colin. He was 1 for his last 20 coming into today. So nice start to the night for him.
Sarcone will peek at first. The 0-1. This is high and away. A ball and a strike. With Baruch over at third, it's unknown if they'll trade the 2 for 1 here. With nobody gone and runners on the corners. Sharply hit. I'm assuming that they would hold the runner on at least. The 1-1. Hot shot just past the third baseman who dives, and it goes into left field. And that is going to be an RBI single by Taylor Beckett. What a great way to get out of the slump there with an RBI single. Puts runners on first and second with nobody gone. And now the Pittsfield Suns lead it by a score of 2-0.
Sir, couldn't agree more with you, Billy. He's been a guy that's been, he's had a rough go of it this year, has Beckett, offensively anyway. That's only his 4th hit of the year and his 6th RBI. So a couple of back-to-back hits here for the Suns from guys that have been struggling a little bit lately. If you can get that bottom half of the lineup in terms of average going, watch out. That could be deadly come playoff time.
The shortstop, number 40, Bryce Osmond, will dig in. A 170 hitter, 2 homers, 7 RBI. The defensive wizard over at short. You'll find no better prospect at short than this man here. That zips in there on a 2-seam fastball from Sarcone. Had a little kick action at the end of it. It's a called strike, 0-1.
Still really looking to get it going at the plate is Osmond. As are a lot of the guys on the Pittsfield Suns, it seems like in the bottom of the order.
That misses below the knees. Count is now 1 ball, 1 strike.
Really looked like he started to get it going. It went 0 for his first 8, but then he picked it up a little bit, and then he's slumped off and gone 0 for his last 11 here.
1-1 from Sarcone. This one's popped up. First base side, Freeberg going to chase near the netting. He will make the catch. That's a foul pop out there to Freeberger. And we'll go back to the top of the lineup.
Fielder, number 36, Caden Tranquil.
For Caden Tranquil, he led off the contest offensively for the Suns with a grounder and a seeing-eye single into right. Runners on first and second for the Suns, 1 gone. A pickoff movement towards second. Fernandez is back. First pitch misses low and away for a ball. The count is 1-0.
Something that I've liked so far out of these Suns. Not necessarily as important as the 2-run lead. 2 runs up here in the first 2 innings, but they've collected 5 hits already, and they've only been through the lineup once.
The 1-0, that does hit the inside quadrant around thigh-high level. Lower inside quadrant, 1-1. 1 gone, 1 in, 2 men on.
Well,
Suns have a 2-0 lead.
All they collected was 5 hits in the loss on the 4th of July to these Navigators. All 5 hits coming against Tristan Sarcone, I believe.
Yes. And right now, the Pittsfield Suns have already matched that, and they're 1 1/3 into the contest. Check at second twice, and now the pitch. Hits the outside corner. What a great changeup there from Sarcone. 1-2. Sarcone will set from the stretch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch misses well high out of the zone. 2-2. Pittsfield Suns again. A good marker for them this season. This is the latest that the Pittsfield Suns have been in first place in any FCBL season, dating back to 2012. The 2-2. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. And they say he did not. And the count is full at 3-2. With Fernandez on second and with Beckett on first, I doubt they'll steal here an attempt. They're not forced. Sarcone sets from the stretch. And the payoff. Bounces in for a ball, and that's going to walk him. Actually walked the bases loaded here for second baseman number 43, Connor Berry, in his 14th game, and he's already extended his hitting streak to 14 games. This will be a big opportunity here for Berry, who has a lot of hits, but not too many RBI.
This would be
Also a big opportunity here for Berry to get his name out there as he's in the All-Star fan vote. So if he makes a big hit, then he's got my vote here. He's already got my vote.
I was going to say, I think he's definitely got mine already.
Here's the windup and the first pitch. DeBerry is fouled off. Count is 0-1.
Low key, by the way, nice at bat by Caden Trinkle, forcing the full count after going down early, and then coming back to draw the walk, keeps an out off the board, and loads the bases here for Berry.
The 0-1. Swung on this one, headed towards short, however. A flip over to second for one, over to first for a double play, and a much-needed double play for the Navigators. It'll go 6-4-3. You add it up all together, it equals 2, which is the second and third outs of the inning. One run does come in off of 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left. We now head through 2 full innings of play to the top of the third. Suns lead it 2-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
The following commercial is sponsored by feedthepig.org, an organization devoted to helping you save money. We will not entice you with messages like
lowest prices in town, dealer approved, certified pre-owned.
Nor will we brag about our
Huge selection, enormous variety.
We will offer no contingencies like
See store for details. Legal exclusions apply.
because we simply want to help you spend smarter and save better. Log on to feedthepig.org. Find the benefits of saving for every stage of life. Brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Getting your child home safely
Tap your views together 3 times.
is just a click away.
There's no place like home.
But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size. There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
I have a passion for the environment. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. We monitor commercial vessels, making sure our ports and waterways are safe and clean from oil or other hazardous material. We patrol our fisheries, protect marine wildlife and their habitats. With all we do, it's about protecting America.
Were you born ready to protect America? Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
Sponsored by the United States Coast Guard in cooperation with the Massachusetts Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now to the top of the third. The only man not to come up to the plate just quite yet is the number 9 hitter, second baseman number 29, Keegan Calero. For the North Shore Navigators, Calero on the season is batting .254 with no homers, 7 RBI. Playing again with that patented slow, methodical windup, fires, and this misses low, 1-0. Suns coming out in their alternative black mesh uniforms. White Pittsfield edged out in yellow on the front. Same with the numbers on the back, white edged out in yellow. The 1-0 hits the lower outside corner against the righty, 1-1. Red numbers on the left abdomen, white pants with a trim down the side that is black and yellow. And the Suns coming out in their black cap with the black brim, and the Suns P logo on the cap. Here's the windup and the 1-1. Pitch misses inside. Now 2-1 as the Navigators coming out in their road blue uniforms, a sky blue print on the front saying Navigators. As that hits the outside corner. Now 2-2. Sky blue numbers on the back as well. White pants the blue cap, blue brim, and white Navs, N-A-V-S, on the cap. 2-2. Swung on this one, a one-hopper headed towards Osmond, who gathers. Throws over to first in time, one gone. Just a smooth motion there from Osmond on his throw. Mechanically, it's near perfect.
He's really fun to watch at shortstop. We've seen a number of those throws this year. He's got great range out there. And those throws across the diamond, while occasionally errant, are things of beauty, and they are certainly hard.
When the kid is on, he's really on. And today, so far, so good.
First pitch, that one is pulled foul. Count is 0-1 at Wetterall. Pittsfield Suns best in the league in fielding percentage. They only have 44 errors as a team. The 0-1, that's fouled back. That's going to be a souvenir or broken windshield. Which one, Colin?
I don't see it.
Well, we'll say a dent in the car. We'll meet halfway. Count is 0-2 here to Wetterall. A lineup from Clayton and the 0-2. Swung on, fouled off third base side. Going to chase here is Beckett. It's going to run out of room. Wetterall, Olzak, and Lawler, the 1-2-3 hitters. They have been continuously fouling off Clayton. Wetterall, that's the fourth time he did it. 3 times back in the first before he struck out looking. Here's the 0-2. Swung on a miss for strike 3. Tag applied. And that is now the 6th strikeout for John Clayton.
My goodness, he is having himself a night right now, is John Clayton. 6 strikeouts in 2 2/3. It's hardly fair for these North Shore Navigator batters.
And speaking of 1-2-3 hitters as well, they all did strike out back in the first. And here's the number 2 hitter, Andrew Olzak, with no exception. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. Says bases umpire Derek Kavinsky. Swinging strike 1, 0-1.
Well, the high for John Clayton this season in strikeouts is 6. Did that twice, once against the Bristol Blues. Actually, twice against the Bristol Blues.
That one bounces off the plate and off the mitt. Count is now 1-1.
His other 2 were 5 strikeout appearances against the Rocks and then these very same North Shore Navigators.
He struck out 5 batters twice and 6 batters twice. That one, oh goodness, what a locating pitch from Clayton. It's 1-2. Hits the lower outside corner. And the 1-2. Just missing outside. And I do mean just. It was about 2 inches off the plate.
Pretty sure every single one of the players on the field for the Suns just took a couple steps towards the dugout after that pitch.
I saw Baruch at first do it. Here's the 2-2. That one also fouled back. And we'll go again to 2-2.
Another one of those continuation fouls for the North Shore Navigators. Still making Clayton work, even though they're striking out in bunches.
Clayton with a nod. And the 2-2. Swung on this one, going into right to Coley, who will make the grab on the line out. L9. That will end the inning. Where the Pittsfield Suns go through the lineup in order, 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. They're 2.5 now to the bottom of the third. Suns lead it by a score of 2-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Exercise is hard. So is maintaining a healthy diet. Of course, neither is half as hard as dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Even sadder, most of these deaths are preventable with a few lifestyle changes, including regular activity, healthier eating, and not smoking. Talk to your doctor about your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it. starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
I have a passion.
It is the bottom of the third and the heart of the lineup here for the Pittsfield Suns with Peterson, Coley, and Bogus going to dig in this inning. A lot of all-stars showing for the men due up this inning.
And I'm glad you brought it up last inning, or excuse me, in the first inning, last at bat for Bogus, Colin. He has been tremendously improved.
First pitch there to Peterson. That hits for a call strike 1-1. Continue.
He's on a 6-game hitting streak coming into today. 3 of those games being multi-hit games. And he has improved his average tremendously.
The stalled throw on the windup is in there, called strike. 0-2 now with 2 pitches on the outside part of the plate against the lefties. Peterson from the lefty Sarcone. The 0-2. That one it does hit him on the shoulder, and that's a little dicey there because it looked like Peterson might have leaned in a little bit.
I agree with that.
Umpires never call it anymore, however, so that'll be a hit by pitch.
Well, I've seen that I think a couple of times in the major leagues, but that's the first time that's really happened in this league this season. But I think he might have taken that one with the 2 strikes on him.
Pitch. Oh, that hits the plate. That gets away easily. Grabbing second will be Peterson. A wide turn, but he'll stay put there at second. This is right fielder number 23, Mark Coley. Nothing big last time up, just a power alley triple and an RBI.
One of those all-stars representing the Pittsfield Suns next week. Much deserving so.
Sarcone has a 1-0 count with a runner on second now. Dancing out there is Peterson. This one is foul tipped. 1 ball, 1 strike. Remember the other day, I forgot who it was, but there was someone literally dancing out on second base looking like Adrian Beltre.
Might have been Malcolm.
That's who it was.
Yeah,
it was Malcolm.
That makes sense.
Leaning back and forth and back and forth and forth and back.
And then didn't he attempt to swipe third after that?
No, you're thinking of someone who swiped home. This one bounces as well, but no advancement. Now the count is 2-1. Pressure really getting to Sarcone here with 2 pitches in the dirt.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember the attempted steal of home.
And that was Jack Cooney who did that.
Was it Cooney or was it Dom Hughes?
That's who it was.
I was going to say, I think it was Hughes.
I'm thinking of someone that's native to Pittsfield. This one's driven deep to center. Going back is Malgeri. He's going to look up, and it's going to go out of the ballpark. What a night for Mark Coley, and only his second at bat. A triple, and now a 2-run homer. It is now a 4-0 lead for Pittsfield. What a bomb from Mark Coley. And now that bomb from Mark Coley is actually going to put him in a tie with Jackson Peterson, who also, by the way, scored. And they are now tied for the team lead with 6 homers apiece.
And that one got out of here really, really quickly. The center fielder out there, Malgeri, looked like he was going to give it a try, but that one just hopped over the wall. And see you later, Mark Coley again, sending one over the fence.
He's got kind of a sneaky, effortless power. You know, he's not necessarily a huge guy by any means, but he has really hit the ball well this year.
This one is a jam job that goes foul and goes into the bleachers. To left fielder number 18, Jeff Boggess. He skied out to center last time up. Really, for Mark Coley, you look at the thighs on that guy, and really that's where all of the power is driven from, is really the leg power there from Coley, who runs a lot as well, pitches up and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. He really generates a whole ton of power from those legs. He's a speedster. He's got a great glove. He's got a great arm. He hits for power. Doesn't have too shabby of an average as well. Pitch is fouled off, 1-2.
And this being a guy who actually has two home run games on the year. June 27th, a win here at Wacona Park, 7-5 against the Nashua Silver Knights. And then again against the Silver Knights, an 11-5 win at Nashua.
The 1-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner there to Bogus. And that will be the first strikeout there for Tristan Sarcone, bringing up the first baseman, number 19, Dan Baruch. I almost pretty much had an echo effect there of Mike Heck, our PA announcer. Dan Baruch grounded out to third, or so he would have. The first baseman, Freeberger, held on to the ball, was lobbed over to first, tipped off the glove, and then it looked like some interference. Advancing over to second was Baruch. First pitch, that's in there, a called strike, 0-1. Now the 0-1. That one is jammed foul first base side. That one's going to go foul and hit off the 10. And, oh, no grab there. Sarcone with the delayed double pump action. The 0-2, it works. Swung on a miss there by Baruch. He sat down. And here comes the catcher, number 8, Andrew Fernandez, is single to center his last time up.
Settling down quite nicely here is Tristan Sarcone after giving up the 2-run homer to Marcoli. A 2 strikeouts in a row performance now by Sarcone, starting to bear down. They're giving up 4 runs already here, 2 2/3.
Pitch that hits on the inside corner. Count is 0-1. 3 of them earned again. Baruch scored, but he reached on the error. The 0-1. Off the end cap of the bat, headed towards second. The first baseman grabs it, flips over to the pitcher, steps on first, and that is going to end the inning on the 3-1 putout. So in the inning, 2 runs off of 1 hit, and that being the 2-run blast to center from Marcoli. No errors and nobody left. We now head through 3 full of third through the ball game. And now to the top of the 4th, a 4-0 lead for the Suns. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Give yourself the gift of a comfortable retirement by setting some cash aside for yourself. Saving a little of your monthly income can be as affordable as the average holiday gift. If retirement is near, you'll want to start saving right away. If you're younger, begin saving now, and compound interest will help your retirement funds snowball. A great way to figure out how much you'll need to save for retirement is to learn how much you'll get from Social Security. Do that in minutes at www.socialsecurity.gov/estimator.
Do you suffer from the heartbreak of brain rot, feeling bored, sluggish, listless, not had a new idea in days, using electronic gizmos without a clue why they work? Now there's help. Ham radio, guaranteed to stimulate your corroding neurons and open a whole new world of excitement. To learn more about ham radio, go to helloradio.org.
Side effects of ham radio usage include mental stimulation, desire for education, new career paths, understanding of technology, and cases of addiction have been reported. If you experience any of these symptoms, you're welcome.
Ham radio. It's not your granddaddy's radio anymore.
Hi, we're talking to real smokers about quitting. Tell me when you smoke and why you smoke.
Eat, cigarette, kids, cigarette, dinner, another cigarette.
One on my way to lunch, one after lunch.
And another cigarette, and another cigarette.
Have you tried to quit?
Yes. I become angry.
It ain't that easy. You can't just quit cold turkey. I tried.
What would you do different?
Actually having a plan and thinking it through.
You have to relearn how to live your life without a cigarette in your hand.
With the right plan, you can quit smoking. Free at becomeanx.org. X, a new way to think about quitting. Brought to you by X and the Ad Council.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
Exercise is hard. So is maintaining a healthy diet. Of course, neither is half as hard. as dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Even sadder, most of these deaths are preventable with a few lifestyle changes, including regular activity, healthier eating, and not smoking. Talk to your doctor about your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
Back to live action in the top of the fourth. The DH number 2, Sean Lala, will swing and miss. Starting the heart of the order in the top of the fourth, it's 0-1.
Victim of a strikeout last time looking was Lawler, one of 6 strikeouts so far for Mr. John Clayton.
And he's one away from a season high, I think a career high. This one hit sharply out into left. Underneath this is Bogus, running, will make the grab. About 10 feet in front of the left field wall.
Lawler does have a lot of pop in his bat. Just got under that one a little bit too much, and Bogus was able to get out there and make that catch.
Center fielder number 33, Ben Malgiri, will step up to the dish. A strikeout his last time up, as Clayton started off the contest retiring the first 4 straight with strikeouts. The pitch. What a beautiful curve there from Clayton. The count is 0-1. Beautiful backdoor action with a ready against ready action.
We have seen a few of those out of John Clayton today. That breaking ball has been really good for him all day.
The 0-1, that hits in there, called strike, now 0-2. Next pitch, fastball. A lot of life, but doesn't have the location. It's 1-2. This one, just missing. This one too far low this time. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Going to be presenting to you a trip around the FCBL later on. This was a recap of the MLB All-Star Game. Shot into right. Coley lost it, but then found it. On the run, he'll make the catch. 2 gone. Bring up the right fielder, number 16, Kate Kretschmar. And now we'll give you that trip.
Taking a look at some FCBL action. Again, earlier today, the Brockton Rocks defeated the Worcester Bravehearts by a final score of 5-4. Worcester put up 4 runs in the first, but that's all they would get. Brockton's Gabe Gioso homered for the 4th time this year. Meanwhile, their relief pitcher and all-star Scott Creedon pitched 5 innings strong, allowing no hits to lead Brockton to the win. Meanwhile, games currently in progress. The Westfield Starfires all over the Nashua Silver Knights. Westfield up 6-1 here in the top of the 4th inning. Westfield with 2 3-run innings, those being the bottom of the 1st and the bottom of the 3rd, to stake them to their 6-1 lead. And the Pittsfield Suns lead the North Shore Navigators here 4-0. We are now in
fouled off.
Top of the 4th.
And that would be a fair ball if you wanted to play off corners. The count is 1-2.
Taking a look at, again, the MLB All-Star Game, which was last night. The AL wins that game 4-3. Scoring for both teams, the American League collected RBIs from Michael Brantley, Jorge Polanco, and Xander Bogaerts, along with a solo home run by Joey Gallo. NL, meanwhile, collected their runs via a home run from Charlie Blackmon and a 2 RBI hit from home run derby winner Pete Alonso of the New York Mets. So, Masahiro Tanaka gets the win. Clayton Kershaw saddled with the loss. Aroldis Chapman gets the save. The AL wins 4-3, so the American League team will have home field advantage this year in the World Series. That's been your look around the FCBL and the MLB.
The count is full and it's fouled off. It's now 3-2, and Shane Bieber of the Cleveland Indians winning MVP, which is hilarious because he got a clear bat.
Yeah. He pitched 1 inning, 3 strikeouts, and they won an MVP for that.
Give it to the hometown guy.
I guess so.
Fair enough.
Showing off the bias, I know. Here's the payoff. Swung on, fouled yet again off the bat.
I think the AL MVP or the MVP of the All-Star game should have gone to Joey Gallo with a solo home run. It was the difference maker in the game, but I mean, an inning and 3 strikeouts is pretty good too. John Clayton already did that in the first inning of our game here tonight.
Nice tie-in.
Beautiful. Hits the inside corner, called strike 3, froze up Kretschmar. And that is yet another strikeout for John Clayton and a new season high for Clayton, which will end the inning. A 1-2-3 inning at that. To 3.5, we head to the bottom of the 4th in a 4-0 lead for the Suns over the Navigators. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Hi, we're talking to real smokers about quitting. Tell me when you smoke and why you smoke.
Eat, cigarette, kids, cigarette, dinner, another cigarette.
One on my way to lunch, one after lunch.
And another cigarette, and another cigarette.
Have you tried to quit?
Yes. I become angry.
It ain't that easy. You can't just quit cold turkey. I tried.
What would you do different?
Actually having a plan and thinking it through.
You have to relearn how to live your life without a cigarette in your hand.
With the right plan, you can quit smoking. Free at becomeanx.org. X, a new way to think about quitting. Brought to you by X and the Ad Council.
Type 2 diabetes is a serious chronic health threat in America. It affects tens of millions of people. Many people who have the disease don't know it. Diabetes can cause health problems such as heart disease, strokes, amputations, and blindness. Talk to your doctor, get screened if you're at risk, and learn how to avoid becoming one of the millions of new cases of diabetes each year. You can help prevent type 2 diabetes. A message from CDC and HHS.
Now to the bottom of the 4th, 8-9-1 hitters due up. A lot of success here for the Suns thus far, at least 1 run in every inning. They lead at 4-0 now in the bottom of the 4th. Third baseman number 28, Taylor Beckett, an RBI single lined past the third baseman into left. First pitch, that one's going to jot low for a ball. The count is 1-0.
A guy that struggled all season long, was mentioned with the bat. Able to get it done in the second inning with a single.
1-0, a high drive deep to right. Going back is Kretschmar. He's going to hit towards the wall. He's going to jump, and it's going to go past him. That's a solo shot by Taylor Beckett. Oh, what a game here for Beckett. Pittsfield Suns, they're all over the Navigators. It's now 5-0.
Well, we saw the power stroke by Taylor Beckett in the home run derby against North Shore. At North Shore, we know he has it, and now he puts it on display here against live pitching. My goodness, Taylor Beckett, what a night he's having.
And the Suns can celebrate, but right now the sole focus right now is on Kretschmar, who jumped up, tried to reach for the ball, and right now he is hurt.
Yeah,
he took just a high jump, came down on that short barrier wall that is about 5.5 feet up. The trainer is out there. The coaching staff is out there. And the outfielders are out there right now just making sure that Kretschmar is all right. What a great effort. Just inches past his glove. He comes down, and we just hope that he's all right.
Until I saw it bounce on the turf outside play, I thought he might have had that for a second. It looked like it was a very close play.
That was just an absolutely fantastic effort out there in right field, having the guts to really try to leap for that ball, even though that wall is extremely short in right field. And looks like he came down pretty hard on his backside, it looks like, which was favoring, but looks like he's going to stay in there and be okay, and that's good news for the Navigators.
They'll show off the grit and stay into the contest as the coaching staff and the trainer will come off the field. The shortstop, Bryce Osmond, will have the bases cleared with a solo shot by Beckett. So now due up in the inning will be Osmond, Trinkle, and Barry, following the solo shot by Taylor Beckett. He's really found his stroke here today. Coming in, he only had 3 hits out of 37. Now he's got 2. hits in this game alone. That pitch is low for a ball. Count is 1-0. Sarcone, the 1-0. That's popped up in the infield towards the second baseman, Calero, in short right field. Being called out by Kretschmar, who will make the grab, showing off that he's all right. And we can only be happy for it. So this will bring up 1 out, and the top of the lineup the third time through for Caden Trenkle now, the leadoff hitter. Trenkle, 1 for 1, a run scored and a walk. First pitch swinging, first pitch fouling off. It's 0-1. This pitch is driven down the left field line, but foul. That's going to go towards the Navigators dugout.
Some
bullpen.
Opposite field power we've seen this inning. First, Taylor Beckett with the opposite field home run. Now Caden Trenkle cranking one down the third base foul line, but unfortunately foul and out of play.
The 0-2 is a curve that's well in and high. The count is 1-2. Sorry for the correction, Steve. I thought I had this right, and I heard you incorrectly, and it turns out that is the case. Home field advantage since 2017 goes now to the best record in baseball.
Really? Wow.
Since 2017. A line shot towards the second baseman, picked by Calero. Throw over to first in time. Great small hop there from Calero.
It's a really nice play. Calero over there, second, didn't even get in front of the ball, which I found surprising, but able to pick it out from the side of him and make the play easily over to first base.
And the pitch. Good changeup. Hits about thigh high. The count is 0-1. With 2 men gone, here's counter Barry. Again, 14 games played, a 14-game hit streak now. The 0-1 hits the inside corner, but high, and the count is now 1-1.
We had the bases loaded last time up. In the second, under the 6-4-3 inning-ending double play.
This pitch, that bounces, and it looks like that got a piece of John Nevis. Yeah, he's going to take some time. That one looks like it got him on the inside of the elbow. Ouch. Yeah, his left arm is real stiff. I think it really did get him right there. Not the funny bone, but literally the inside part of the elbow. Hoping that he's all right because, yeah, I can feel that from up here. Just stinks.
Those umpires and catchers, they take a beating back behind the plate. No disrespect to them whatsoever. Their job is not easy.
Two of the hardest positions to play. One as an umpire, calling balls and strikes. The other, the catcher, just because it's so taxing on the body, on the knees.
Sure is.
The bruises against the body, even with the protection there. Foul balls hitting off the mask. Such a taxing position, and you can only respect the players that play it. Play ball says John Nevis. Looks like he is all right. The windup from Sarcone, the 2-1. Swung on, driven deep to right. Going back is Kretschmar. This one, he is going to make the catch about 5 feet in front of the wall, and that is going to end the inning. So no double magic with homers, just the solo shot by Taylor Beckett. That one run was off that one hit. No errors and nobody left. We now head through 4 full to the top of the 5th. Suns right now a 5-0 lead over the North Shore Navigators. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Check it out, it's the Terminator. Hey, when'd you get back, huh?
Did you have to shoot anyone? Why are you so distant? Are you not happy to see me?
So what's the deal? You gonna get a job now or what?
Why are you being so jumpy? Put all that stuff behind you, okay?
No one knows what it's like to come back from Iraq or Afghanistan unless they were there. Join other veterans at communityofveterans.org because we know where you're coming from. Brought to you by Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America and the Ad Council.
Exercise is hard. So is maintaining a healthy diet. Of course, neither is half as hard as dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Even sadder, most of these deaths are preventable with a few lifestyle changes, including regular activity, healthier eating, and not smoking. Talk to your doctor about your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
Pittsfield Suns. They continue to put at least one run across the board for every inning. It is now the top of the fifth. They've scored 1, 1, 2, 1 in the first, second, third, and fourth innings. And for the Navigators, they've duplicated that with, well, unfortunately, not scoring any runs thus far. There's the first baseman, number 31, Dominic Freeberger, a single to right his last time up.
I was just going to say, this offense has been really awesome to see so far for the Suns. Not easy to put up a big run number at this point in the game, even harder to do so over time.
This one is a bloop single into right, so a multi-hit ball game there for Freeberger. Both singles to right field, both on weekly hit line drives.
The shortstop, number 23.
And that's the name of the game, put them where they ain't. Now the shortstop, number 23, Logan Bravo. Last time up, he grounded one past the shortstop going into left field for a seeing eye single himself.
It's the first time since June the 20th that Freeberger has had a multi-hit game. The last one on the 20th against the Nashville Silver Knights, where he went 2 for 3 with an RBI.
Clayton previously just retired the last 7 batters in order. Pitch misses low here to Bravo, 1-0. We'll talk about it this inning. Why not? The 1-0. Hot shot. That also goes into left field. 2 multi-hit ball games there for Freeberger and Bravo. Freeberger, 2 singles to right. Bravo, 2 singles to left. This one on a line shot.
Well, those two have certainly had the number of John Clayton here today.
The catcher, number 1, Nolan Watson. He struck out looking last time up. But I was talking about just now with Colin, if anyone's listening, which I'm sure they are. As we've all heard already, I got married. I have some groomsmen gifts, and I bought an extra. It's a bat mug. It is a cord-out baseball bat, which you can use for a mug. Here's the pitch. Hits the outside corner, 0-1. And I'm using it for the first time today. Earlier today, I had some iced tea in it. Came to the ballpark, and I said, you know what, why don't we put some soda in? I put in some Dr. Pepper. This is not sponsored, by the way. And then I put some Powerade in it, and it's very peculiar. Pitch popped high in the air. I don't believe we'll call the infield fly roll. Caught there is Fernandez. So no infield fly roll. But this will bring out the second baseman, number 29, Keegan Calero, grounded out to short. This bat mug, of course, I have cleaned it beforehand, but it's got the oddest scent to it. I have an orange Powerade right now, and for Colin, he confirmed this. We've done some scientific research with our noses. I am the opposite of a greyhound, but it seriously smells straight like vanilla.
It does.
It's very odd.
Kind of like a creamsicle kind of thing you got going right now.
I don't know.
Maybe here.
Give it a whiff. Get in on this.
Yeah, okay.
It's very faint.
No, I hear you.
He said creamsicle, and now it's coming to mind like, maybe.
I don't know. No, I don't know about
not a root beer float, but an orange float, maybe. He attempts the bunt to throw over to second. Now slipping as the shortstop. So as weird as that play was, that's actually going to go down as a a stolen base by Freeberger. The pitch, he did go around for the swinging bunt.
Oh, very, very interesting situation here. Runners on the corners. And just 1 out in the inning. Keegan Calero to bat. Did ground out last at bat to the shortstop Osmond. So Clayton is able to get the ball low and on the ground. Not just a strikeout artist in this one.
The 0-1 swung on foul, way foul. That one's going to go all the way to Wacona Street. The count is quickly 0-2 now. I'm going to be stuck on this all night now. Just calling the game. The count is 0-2. Yeah, it still smells like vanilla.
It does. It has like that hint of vanilla smell.
It's very odd. Then again,
It smells like Gatorade.
It also is a baseball bat. This one is a hot shot past the pitcher, the second baseman. It's going to go past him into center field. And an RBI single by Keegan Calero puts the Navigators on the board. It's now 5-1. Clayton luckily did not make contact with his pitching hand, trying to knock it down. As good as you want to see the effort out there, it's a dangerous play, especially with the caliber of pitching there from John Clayton.
Definitely agree with you there. I think it's in Clayton's best interest to not attempt to make that barehanded play on such a hot shot back at him. Ultimately, it is only 1 run, and so the Navigators are down 4.
This one to Wetero is fouled back, and the count is 0-1. I got to see how many pitches have been fouled off from Wetero today. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pitches have been fouled off, and 4 of them have been continuous.
He's hanging tough.
The 0-1, this one will go right to the first baseman. No, it's dropped there by Baruch. Flip over to first. The tag, yes, he did tag the base, and that will go down as a 3-1 put out. Advancing the runners to second and third.
No error on the play because can't assume the double play. So Baruch gets lucky there. Usually he's a rock solid defensive player over there at first, but he knows that he should have had that one.
He just got a little overeager on that one, trying to make the play before it happened. Before the ball got to him, that is.
Here's Olzak now. That one is shot foul, first base side.
That run on the board now for the North Shore Navigators is the first run given up, earned or unearned, by John Clayton since June 7th in his first start against these very same North Shore Navigators.
Wow. Pitch, that's fouled back, and the count is now 0-1. 2, rather.
As good as Clayton has been here today, really needs to get out of this inning. He's got 2 runners in scoring position here with 2 outs. A 5-3 game is a lot closer than a 5-1 game. As good as the Suns' offense has been here today, be in Clayton's best interest to get out of this inning without any further damage.
The 0-2. Oh, just missing low and away. Olzak froze, and so did everyone else, waiting for the strike call, and we didn't get it. Count is 1-2. Great locating pitch there from Clayton nonetheless.
Very, very good pitch. Not even a waste pitch there from Clayton, going right at the hitter Olzak, just barely missing that outside corner, maybe even a little bit low.
With a slight overcast here today, we're not going to have a sun delay. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, this one fouled off, and good snare there by Mike Odenwalder, who's the head coach for the Navigators.
And indeed, the haze that has been hanging over the ballpark since first pitch and probably before, deadening the sun as it sets over just left of center.
Clayton from the stretch. Runners on second and third. 2 gone to the 1-2. Good slide block there from Fernandez. So it'll be a deuces wild pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone, 2 on. Navigators scoring their first run here in the 5th. And they want to threaten to get some more runs back. They trail by 4, 5-1 against the Suns. Clayton from the stretch. In the jam. 2-2. Swung out of this for strike 3. Number 8 on the day there for Clayton. Will end the inning with only giving up 1 run off of 3 hits. No errors and 2 men left. To 4.5 to the bottom of the 5th. Suns now lead it by a score of 5-1. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Located at 1350 East Street, right here in Pittsfield.
Salagadoola, metricaboola, bibbidi bobbidi.
You must be your fairy godmother. Yes.
It doesn't take a fairy godmother to tell you that the right fit means everything.
Good heavens, child. You can't go in that.
Children under 4'9" need to be in a booster seat because they aren't ready for adult safety belts alone. Many parents miss the important step of booster seats.
Maybe you better explain things to him.
Booster seats raise your child up so that a safety belt designed for adults will fit and protect them properly.
Oh, that does make a difference.
Remember that 4'9" is the magic number, and get your little pumpkin there safely in a booster seat.
Hop in, my dear. Oh, thank you.
And like Cinderella, you can live happily ever after.
It's like a dream. A wonderful dream come true.
For more information, visit boosterseat.gov. This has been a message from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
Now the bottom of the fifth. And for the Pittsfield Suns, once again, the heart of the order will come up. Peterson, Coley, and Bogus. Jackson Peterson was hit by a pitch last time up. He later scored by the man on deck, who shot a blast to center field for a 2-run homer. Tristan Sarcone still out there. And the first pitch, that's in there against the lefty for a called strike, 0-1.
Last time up, you said Peterson with the hit by a pitch kind of leaned into it a little bit. Got the favorable call there from the umpire.
The 0-1 swung on, popped high in the air. Third baseman Olzak calling everyone off. And he will collect the out. Pretty routine play there for Olzak. Mark Coley has the two of the hardest hits to get to the cycle. He's halfway there. He's got a triple in the first, a home run in the third. Sarcone with the pitch. Big swing and miss there from Coley. Count is 0-1.
I'm sure you've seen a cycle here before, but I know we have not. Have you?
You are incorrect.
Really?
I've seen many things, that of which I have not seen. The 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. I've seen a triple play. I have seen an inside the park grand slam.
Ooh,
I have not seen
cycle.
That hit his foot? Yes, it did. I've not seen a cycle. I have not seen a no-hitter, nor a perfect game, obviously. And I've not seen a 3-homer game.
Okay.
Amongst others.
Okay.
It's baseball. No one game is exactly alike.
Right.
So here's the left fielder, number 18, Jeff Bogus. He's 0 for 2 on the day, a fly out to center, and a strikeout looking. Bogus pretty much a staple out and left for the Suns this season. Pickoff throw over to first. Coley was dancing out there. And Sarcone says, hey, no dancing.
Guy that runs a little bit on the base pass for the Pittsfield Suns. 9 of 10 for Coley this season.
That pitch misses low there to Bogus. The count is 1-0 as Coley plays Kevin Bacon from Footloose out there on first. Sarcone, I haven't seen the movie in a long time, so we'll just call him the antagonist. He's saying no dancing. Here's the 1-0. That just misses low. Now it's 2-0.
Well, I can't speak to the original Footloose, but I was in Footloose the musical my senior year at Western New England University. I believe the name you're looking for is Reverend Shaw Moore.
Why, yes. Long hold here by Sarcone. Time is called. Bit of a stalemate there. Colin, you ever been in a play or musical?
No, I was behind the scenes. I did the lighting and sound.
Aha! That's very interesting. All three of us have been in a musical or
There you
play.
go. Actually, I was in one, yes, actually.
Runner goes, swung on and missed. A throw, but a second is not in time. Coley with a stolen base. And like the movie Footloose, he wins in the end of it.
That was a beauty by Mark Coley. He got in there well before the throw. Came flying in from that first base side. And not a bad throw by any means by Nolan Watson behind home plate. It was a quick one down to second, but Coley was faster.
It seemed like Coley was like in a Scooby-Doo episode. He was just running and just immediately went to second. It seemed like he started off slow, then all of a sudden bolted on.
That's a really good way to put it.
You were in Footloose. What was the production you were in for helping? I know it's been a long time.
I did so many. We'll get to it.
2-1 over towards the shortstop underneath the umpire off the shortstop. Throw over to first. Not in time. It'll go down as an error there by Bravo. That one was the shortstop all the way. Pretty cut and clear dry there. Advancing to third there is Mark Coley. Dan Baruch 0 for 2 on the day. I was in, what was it, Princess and the Pea? Something like that.
Okay.
I was the production crew, freshly graduated, so I helped out with moving props in and out during and between scenes.
All right.
But my big one, my debut, if you will, happened my senior year. I needed an elective, so I went to theater. I was a senior. I was the only male in a class full of all freshman girls.
Whoa.
It kind of helped out when it comes to gender balances. It kind of helped out, and I felt like I was a mentor role to them as well. Pitches low, almost darting there was Bogus. They count as 1-0. It was real nice to have that culture shock. Used to hanging out with people my age, but then also being friendly with friends, of course, in theater with all freshman girls who are getting adjusted to high school life. So it was a pretty easy transition there to a mentor role, if you will, in a elective, if you will. Driven deep to left. Wetero going back, and this one is going to bounce, and it's going to go over the wall. That'll be a RBI grounds rule double by Dan Baruch and the Pittsfield Suns. Now lead it by a score of 6-1.
Wow. Do I have to say it again? Who is this?
Say it again, Colin. Wow.
Dan Baruch has been quiet here today. Reached on a walk and struck out, but another loud base hit for Mr. Dan Baruch. He's just going crazy.
He has been really good. He's been quite spectacular, really, in these last couple games. It's been fun to watch a guy like that.
Here's Andrew Fernandez, 1 for 2 on the day. Sarcone with a pitch. Shatters and splinters his bat, and it goes everywhere like a piñata full of candy.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a new one for me.
That's a new one for me. I've never seen that. The bat splintered into 4 pieces.
It's like a firework going off. Wow. That was something. He's calling for a new bat. Like, guys, I need a bat here. Hello.
I would hope so. Good Lord.
Help me out.
So now that I have an option to actually say it, I was Snowboy in West Side Story.
There you go.
Ooh,
there we go.
There we go.
I was.
Very nice.
I did the lights in production for so long. Back in 7th grade, 8th grade, skipped 9th grade, did it in 10th, 11th, and 12th. We did so many plays, I can't even tell you what they were. I know we did Grease, Legally Blonde.
Ooh, good show.
I'm going to hold on one sec. Calling time there is Watson. It looked like he maybe got some dirt or maybe some dust from that splintered bat in his eye. He's all right now as the infield now comes in. My apologies.
Sorry, we'll go after this pitch.
The count is 0-1. This one is shot foul, but thankfully no splintered bat, and also thankfully Goodman decides that he found his glove back. He's able to catch it.
So I actually participated in a play back in either 7th or 8th grade, and I don't remember the exact name of the play, but I was the guy named Plant, and the guy that sat in the audience, and they picked you out and like came up on stage.
Oh.
They told you to do something.
Nice.
The Price is Right, the musical.
Pretty much.
The O2 was fouled up.
But it was,
The count
I
is 0-2.
forget exactly what the name of the play was. I'm going to try to find it online and see if I can remember. It was like some Greek gods or something.
I know what you're talking about. It's the Olympia Ganza.
Is that
Greek mythology Olympia game or something like that.
that what it is?
I thought it was
That's
a Midsummer's Night's Dream or something
No,
like that.
that's I've definitely, we talked about that as a student-directed work at Western New England at one point.
The 0-2 is swung on a miss by Fernandez, and now there's 2 gone. Any further runs that come in this inning will be unearned.
Third baseman, number 28.
As here comes the third baseman, number 28, Taylor Beckett. Like Coley, he's halfway to the cycle. He's got an RBI in each at-bat, a single and a homer. And he sprayed it, too. He's pulled to left, and then he pushed to right for an opposite field homer.
Well, boys, in my theater experience, I would probably say my most important role that I ever participated in, I was Beast in Beauty and the Beast, my junior year of college, and a production in which I broke my thumb fighting Gaston.
That's hilarious.
And actually got my cast off opening night.
I hope you called your cast on. Pitch that just misses outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm sorry, but I'll have to one-up you. I played Beast in my wedding.
Yeah, you did. Hey, when you said Beauty and the Beast theme wedding, I was saying
your eyes darted up. I saw.
I loved it. That's amazing.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 men on, 2 gone. A run in for the Suns at 6-1. Pitch misses high and away. Now the count is 2-1. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Billy Madewell, Steve O'Brien Jr., Colin Quinn at Paul Downfield at Wacona Park in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Bottom of the 5th. Runners on 2nd and 3rd, 2 gone, and a 1-1 count to third baseman number 28, Taylor Beckett. The Pittsfield Suns host a 6-1 lead over the North Shore Navigators. This one, a 2-hopper towards second, who bobbles it. Throw over to first and recovery. It's still there in time. Somehow, some way, they're able to get out of the inning with a lot of blunders defensively, but they're able to escape it with only 1 run off 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 men left. We now head through 5 full to the top of the 6th, and the Suns lead it 6-1. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
I have a passion for the environment. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. We monitor commercial vessels, making sure our ports and waterways are safe and clean from oil or other hazardous material. We patrol our fisheries, protect marine wildlife and their habitats. With all we do, it's about protecting America.
Were you born ready to protect America? Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
Sponsored by the United States Coast Guard in cooperation with the Massachusetts Broadcasters Association and this station.
Type 2 diabetes is a serious chronic health threat in America. It affects tens of millions of people. Many people who have the disease don't know it. Diabetes can cause health problems such as heart disease, strokes, amputations, and blindness. Talk to your doctor, get screened if you're at risk, and learn how to avoid becoming one of the millions of new cases of diabetes each year. You can help prevent type 2 diabetes. A message from CDC and HHS.
Check it out. It's the Terminator. Hey, when'd you get back, huh?
Did you have to shoot anyone? Why are you so distant? Are you not happy to see me?
So what's the deal? You gonna get a job now or what?
Why are you being so jumpy? Put all that stuff behind you, okay?
No one knows what it's like to come back from Iraq or Afghanistan unless they were there. Join other veterans at communityofveterans.org because we know where you're coming from. Brought to you by Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America and the Ad Council.
And now we head to the top of the 6th inning. It'll be the heart of the order for the visiting North Shore Navigators. Lawler, Malgeri, and Kretschmar.
Leading off the Navigators, the designated hitter, number 2, Sean Lawler.
And a little coincidentally, all 3 men are 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout.
And how about this stat? The 4 All-Stars in the roster for the North Shore Navigators are 0 for 10 against John Clayton here tonight.
Swung on foul back. The count is 0-1, which is the shining All-Star.
That's right.
For Clayton. Just shows the mastering of a performance that he has had today. 8 strikeouts, 5 innings plus. The 0-1. Hot shot over the shortstop into left field. Blocking this one is the left fielder, actually goes off of his leg. The throw-in will come into second, and that will be a base hit. And I'm not sure if that one constitutes an error or not.
To your point, though, Colin, prior to this at bat anyway, 3 of those 4 North Shore Navigators who are 0 for 10 against John Clayton will be happy to know that John Clayton is on their team in this All-Star.
Shatters his bat over the pitcher, headed towards second. No play at third. Throw to first is in time. Running in as the first baseman, Baruch. Advancing to third, there is Lawler.
Nice play there at second by Connor Berry. Not an easy play by any means. He had to charge that one pretty hard and make a throw, an awkward throw kind of across his body from a side angle. But he gets it there and makes the play pretty easy for Baruch at first base. Again, not an easy thing to do. Nice play there by Connor Berry.
So that'll be a double for Sean Lawler. Then advances over to third. Coming over a long way was Boggess. This one driven deep to right center field. Can at least bring in 1 run. Coley on the run. And the dive. He will not make the grab. The center fielder will throw it in. And that is going to be an RBI triple by Cade Kretschmar. And now the Navigators trail the Suns by a score of 6-2.
Nice piece of hitting there by Kretschmar, sending that one to deep right center field. Mark Coley with a really nice effort out there, just unable to make the catch.
And now here comes 2 men on deck, barring the double play ball. Unconventionalized. Freeberger, 2 singles. Bravo, 2 singles, is on double deck or in the hole. Shot over towards short. They are not going to throw home. They elect to get the sure out at first, which is a smart move there from the freshman Osmond. The Suns now have a 6-3 lead.
So,
RBI ground out there for Freeberger.
As sharp as Clayton was sort of in the earlier innings, wheels coming off it a little bit here in the last 2, 5 and 6, but still an overall strong outing, a new career high, or not career high, but season high for Clayton in strikeouts. And a chance to walk away with a quality start here.
Swung on and missed, and that's strike 2. 70 strikes, 22 balls. Right now he has 92 pitches. This will be his last inning. Can he get out of it with the quality start? The wind and the 0-2. Swung on, fouled off, first base side, 0-2.
Brody Altier is getting loose in the bullpen for the Pittsfield Suns, so he could be the next man up in the top of the 7th, or maybe in this inning, hopefully not.
Altier again, a returning Pittsfield Sun from last year's squad. It was a very late addition for the Suns last year. Only pitched in 2 games. A step off here from Clayton. He's going to wipe the sweat off of his face. Shakes his head. Step off again.
3 step-offs in a row for Clayton. Not getting it down now with Fernandez whatsoever.
He wants 1 pitch and 1 pitch only. 2 shakes. A step off again.
President Fernandez hasn't gone out there yet.
Here's a windup. Clayton, the 0-2. Fastball just missing low and away. Count is now 1-2. Yes, it was, but it missed. 1-2, 2 gone. 2 runs in. And the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. That will end the inning as a quality start goes to John Clayton, and a great performance from that young man. And we'll also see a new pitcher for the Navigators as well. Through 5.5 to the bottom of the 6th we go, but 2 runs come in off of 2 hits. No errors and nobody left. 6-3, Suns lead the Navigators. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney on behalf of RAD. If you're drinking, you can't drive my car or any car. Remember, if you're partying this holiday season, don't drink and drive. Got it? It's just not worth it. Doesn't make sense. Thank you.
Yes, I'm gonna be a star.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Exercise is hard. So is maintaining a healthy diet. Of course, neither is half as hard as dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Even sadder, most of these deaths are preventable with a few lifestyle changes, including regular activity, healthier eating, and not smoking. Talk to your doctor about your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
New pitcher in the ball game for the North Shore Navigators, now in the bottom of the 6th. That is number 17, right-handed hurler Hunter Wilichowski. We're going to take a peek at Wilichowski and how his season has been. Wilichowski right now has a 3-0 record with a 4.41 ERA and 12 appearances, none of starts. 18 and a third innings pitched, 10 hits, 10 runs, 9 of them earned, 19 walks to 12 strikeouts, not the ratio you want to see, but a very respectable 4.41 ERA.
Yes, that's not too bad of a mark for Wilichowski. Again, the 3-0 is a nice feather in his cap. With that many appearances, you're bound to get a couple of wins here and there. And he has indeed notched those 3 victories. But yeah, the balls, base on balls mark, not where you want to be. See if the Suns can take advantage of that here.
Sarcone, 5 innings, 25 batters faced, 6 runs, 5 earned, 8 hits, including a double, triple, and 2 homers. That one nearly got a piece of Osmond on the first pitch.
I thought it might have.
1 walk, 2 hit batsman, a wild pitch, 3 strikeouts. He threw a total of 80 pitches, 55 for strikes. Good ratio there for the strikes to pitches thrown, but did not have it going, giving up those 8 hits, half of them for extra bases. Pitch that misses outside, and the count is 2-0 here to the shortstop, number 40, Bryce Osmond.
Not the first time and not the second time that the Suns are seeing Hunter Wilichowski.
2-0, misses. No, does hit the lower outside corner. 2-1.
Hey, this is our first time seeing him at Wacona Park, but they've seen him a couple of times in the Navigators play.
The kick in the 2-1. High fly ball to right center. Malgerian Kretschmar going to chase. It'll be Kretschmar, the right fielder, who will make the grab for the first out of the inning.
So, gentlemen, going back to our theater discussion of earlier, I sort of teased you all there with a dangling question. I will pose this to you now, and I have not to offer as reward but a crisp high five. But I was in, as really my first big break show in college.
First pitch to Caden Trenkle in there, a call strike, 0-1.
I was in Wizard of Oz in my sophomore year of college. Who did I play?
Tin Man.
The 0-1, this one shot over to second. Glove there by Calero. Throw over to first in time. I'm actually going to say the Wizard himself.
Well, I like both guesses. I like your.
I think I know who it is.
I like your Adam. I don't even know how to pronounce. I don't know how to turn that into an adverb.
Your guesstimation?
No, I was going to say I like how direct you were there, Colin. You're both wrong. Ooh. I'm going to pass this down the line, and y'all can take a look at this.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Good on you, man. The pitch, that misses low and outside at counter Barry 1-0. I was not expecting
none other
WWE.
than the Wicked Witch.
WWW,
of the
rather.
West.
Wow, okay.
The 1-0. High fly ball, skied out to right. Kretschmar getting underneath it. Almost lost it. Will come in, and he will make the grab. The Wicked Witch of the East was the good one, right?
It was the Good Witch of the East, yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. That's been a while.
I hear you.
6 innings full, 6-3 lead for the Suns over the Navigators. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Did you know the third leading cause of fire deaths for older adults is cooking? Hi, I'm Rob Neal from the United States Fire Administration with important fire safety tips for seniors. Never leave cooking unattended because a serious fire can start in seconds. Don't wear loose clothing while cooking. Keep towels and pot holders away from the range. Double check the kitchen before you go to bed or leave your home. This message is brought to you by the United States Fire Administration, your local fire department, and this radio station.
So here's my cell phone number, my husband's cell phone number, and here's the number to the grandparents. The number of the restaurant we'll be at, it's just down the block. And I told the neighbors you were here, so if anything happens, anything at all, don't hesitate to call. And what's your cell phone number again? I don't think I put that in.
Honey.
What?
Honey, he'll be fine. Okay, let's go.
I know you're right.
The odds of a babysitter calling 911, 1 in 1,400. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn some of the signs. No big smiles or other joyful expressions by 6 months. No back and forth sharing of sounds or facial expressions by 9 months. And no babbling by 12 months. To learn more of the signs and more about autism, visit autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Well, there's Mike Heck with an announcement that I don't have to make. The right-handed hurler, number 10, Brody Altier. And we're going to take a peek at Brody Altier's year thus far. Altier has a 1-1 record with a 3.85 ERA, 9 appearances, 9 1/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 6 walks to 5 strikeouts, pretty much even there. And that is going to end the quality start line there for John Clayton as Nolan Watson will dig in. But just listen to this line here for the Pittsfield Suns starter. 6 innings, 25 batters faced, 3 runs all earned, 7 hits including a double and a triple. No walks, 9 strikeouts, and he pitched 95 pitches, 72 for strikes. If that's not a pitcher of the night performance in the FCBL, I do not know what is.
Well,
the 1-0 is popped up. First base side, Baruch in foul territory. Will collect the out as he grabs that in this mitt. Stares over at some Suns fans and a bit of hilarity, and that will be the first out of the inning.
Oh, I think you're going to have an easy time of it tonight, Billy, in terms of selecting the pitcher of the game. That's for sure.
Well, there's always the one thing that I have seen, only twice actually. I have seen the immaculate inning.
Oh, fair enough.
That we might see that by any reliever. Shot in between third and short. Good grab there by Beckett. Spins, twirls, throws. Got him in time. What a stretch there from Beckett. And what a stretch there from Baruch. The Killer Bees with a fantastic play.
Call it the Baruch special. It's back on the menu, fans. Dan Baruch.
The cost, 1 out.
With one of the best stretches we've seen out of him this year, and that is saying a lot.
What
Phenomenal
a
play at first. He's going to have to stretch himself out after that one.
That's what you order top shelf from the bartender.
That's right. That's so good.
Good golly, Miss Molly. What a play. Pitch misses outside to Colin Wetterow as this is the 4th time through the lineup. The lefty has a 1-0 count.
Speaking of good things, I'll have to correct myself from last inning.
Fouled off. Go ahead.
The good witches are from the north and the south. The wicked witches are from the east. And the
All
west.
right.
So, got to get that one right. That's an important clarification.
I was close by saying WWE.
Hey, you had me bold. You had me too. I thought the good witch was from the east.
Fouled off the handle of the bat. Hits off of the roof of the grandstand, and the count is 1-2.
It is the good witch, or the wicked witch of the east, the sister of the wicked witch of the west, upon whose house Dorothy lands.
Time is called. It's a 1-2 count. This ball game just happened to be just a complete, I'll say it because, well, it involves me, a complete nerd out of theater plays and musicals and what have you. The 1-2 misses outside. The count is 2-2. The next thing we're going to have is Rocky Horror. No.
It's okay. It's okay. I've seen it once, and that's, yep. I've seen it, and that's what I'm going to say about it. I've seen it.
It'll be a 2-2 count. Check swing foul, and oh geez, that one almost hit the crowd, Mike. It's 2-2. You said what as in puzzling fashion?
Don't know what are you talking about?
Oh no! Oh no!
It was it a film originally? Originally.
See, that's why I don't watch films. So.
Well, it's also a musical.
Yes, that's why I'm asking.
Okay. It's an adult musical.
Yeah, it's a film,
including water guns, rice, and toilet paper.
That's enough.
This one's fouled off, and the count is 2-2. No, it's not enough.
Yeah.
Also, with all of those combined with crowd interaction.
Yeah,
for musicals.
It's definitely even the film. It's iconic for almost requiring that audience members shout or sing particular lines along with the dialogue.
2-2 misses inside. It'll be full at 3-2.
It's kind of like a Frankenstein. It's like a spin on the classic horror movie tropes kind of thing. Interesting.
Mixed with a story of Frankenstein,
Right,
kind of.
right.
Just like West Side Story is a spinoff of Romeo and Juliet. Pitch. Oh, just misses the outside corner. And that'll be the first walk given up by Brody Altair and the first walk given up today by Pittsfield Suns pitching staff.
Number 11, Andrew
I'm gonna throw an homage here to the musical Rocky Horror Picture Show. You need to go into a time warp.
Yes, sir.
And watch that show.
Yes, sir. I get that reference.
Thank you.
I got nothing for you. I wasn't that much into theater like you guys. I mean,
neither was I. I was only in there
That's all right.
1 year.
Anyone who joins a theater company at any point has a family for life.
Pitch way outside. Fernandez able to grab it.
I mean, if you count like high school and middle school as theater companies, then
yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah,
And
that totally counts.
All right. Because I was never in like a city place or anything like
that.
that.
That's fair.
It was just like school related, and that was it.
Hot shot headed towards second. A flip over to short for the easy out. 4-6 fielder's choice. That'll end the inning as it's stretch time here in Pittsfield. Suns have a 6-3 lead over the North Shore Navigators. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Leading us and taking out to the ball game is the legend himself and Wacona Park's own Banjo Joe. Everybody sing along. Leading off for the Suns, the designated hitter, number 13, Jackson Peterson.
Jackson Peterson going to lead it off and lead the charge here on the bottom of the seventh for the Suns. And again, it'll be the heart of the order for the third time in 5 innings. 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch and a run scored. First pitch swinging, fouled off, 0-1. Lachowski with the pitch, misses outside. Now 1-1 strike. We're going to have a tripper on the FCBL later this inning. Also some big news in NBA regarding Kawhi Leonard. Not signing a max 4-year deal with the Clippers, instead going a 2-1. I believe it's 3 years, $102 million. This one is low in the dirt. What happened to the baseball? A piece of it came off.
Behind home plate?
Yeah, right there.
Wow.
That's a piece of the
That's
baseball.
new.
Is it? Really?
It's something.
I think it was. I don't know. I'm not going to make any speculations.
Definitely looked like it. Nonetheless, the count is 2-1.
Good
pitch, misses outside.
A good 3-1 count here now for Jackson Peterson, a guy who has been hitting the ball relatively slow as of late. 1 for his last 13, not including his at-bats here tonight. See if he can get a good pitch here and drive it.
He will not with that swing, and the count is now full at 3-2. Peterson looking to grab some offense here today.
And looking to grab some offense as of late. As good as he's been, he's struggled in recent games. He's 1 for 4 on July 7th, that loss against the Rocks.
Swung on down the left field line. That will go foul and out of play.
Prior to that, 0 for 5 on July 6th against the Blues. 0 for 4 July 4th against the Navigators here. And tonight has no hits to his name.
Lachowski, the pitch, swung on a miss, tag applied, and the hitless streak tonight will continue with a tag. That is strikeout number 1 for Lachowski. Mark Coley, great day for him. He's 2 for 2, a triple with an RBI, a 2-run homer, and a hit by pitch, stolen base, and a run scored. What a day for him.
He's had it going on here. Tonight has Coley for sure.
Pitch runs inside, and the count is 1-0.
Hopefully we'll get a chance at that cycle, but at this point doesn't look as so.
Here's the 1-0. That one's fouled off of Coley. It's going to take some time to walk that one off. Forgot to mention that the 2019 ESPYs are on ABC later on tonight. But right now, you have some great baseball action as the Pittsfield Suns hosting the Wacona Turns 100 T-shirt giveaway promotion presented by the Greylock Federal Credit Union and the Greylock Insurance Agency with the Pittsfield Electrics. The 1-1 also fouled off of Coley. He's going to really be hurting there. 2 foul balls off the lower extremity. He's visibly shaken up. They're going to bring out the trainer here as well as going to check on him.
This would be a big loss for this Pittsfield Suns team if this is any kind of serious injury to Mark Coley. We hope and wish the best for him here as the trainer's about to come out.
While he is down, we're going to give you a quick trip around the FCBL.
Well, gentlemen, FCBL action, the Westfield Starfires mauling the Nashua Silver Knights 11-1 in the top of the 7th. How about these stat lines for you? Christian Walsh, 3 for 4, 2 runs scored, 4 runs batted in, a home run, no walks, 1 strikeout. For Tommy Quinn, 4 at-bats, 3 hits, 2 runs scored, 4 runs batted in, a home run, no walks, 1 strikeout. Identical stat lines for those 2 players. They're leading the charge tonight for Westfield against the Silver Knights. Again, that one in the top of the 7th, 11-1 The Westfield Starfires ahead of the Nashville Silver Knights. Brockton beating Worcester 5-4 earlier today. That game kicking off at 10:36 a.m. Worcester put up 4 runs in the first inning. Gave Giosa with a homer, his 4th of the year for Brockton. Scott Creedon, amazing in relief. 5 innings pitched, no hits allowed for the Brockton Rocks. They would end up taking that one by a final of 5-4. That is your look around the FCBL.
Coley's going to stay in. I wouldn't be surprised if they take him out in the next half inning, but he wants to finish this at bat. It's a 1-2 count. And the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So down goes Coley. He's going to head back towards the dugout. More than likely his night is finished, but we'll certainly see. Good ovation there from the crowd there to Coley. Just a tough fighter. And you have to merit there the grit to stay in the ball game and try to finish out the at-bat, of which he did. Jeff Bogus, 0 for 3 on the day, reached on an error by the shortstop Bravo last time up. Here's the pitch. That one misses low and away, 1-0.
Still looking to pick up his first hit in the game is Bogus. Fly out, strikeout, reached on that error. His last time up, still no hits to his name yet.
This one is shot foul towards the Navigators dugout. Count is 1-1.
Comes with 8 hits here tonight. A couple of key contributions. Mark Coley, as we just saw, with a triple and a home run. A couple of other guys with RBIs as well.
1-1 bounces in for a ball. Count is 2-1.
Taylor Beckett with a huge night, 2 for 3. 2 RBIs to his name. A guy that we haven't said too much about because he's been struggling so badly at the plate, but today was his day, and looks like he's going to get at least one more crack at it in the bottom of the 8th, if not in this inning.
It's a 2-1 count, 2 gone, bottom of the 7th. Suns host a 6-3 lead here to the North Shore Navigators. 2-1. Bogus shots this one over towards first. It's a fair ball. He will step on first himself, and that is going to end the inning with an unassisted ground out over towards first. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And for the first time tonight, the Pittsfield Suns are now down 1-2-3 for the 2nd inning in a row. New pitcher in the ballgame for the Suns. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
In times like these, violence in our schools is a reality. So it's important to know what to do if a dangerous situation arises and also how to prevent it. Kids, never bring a weapon to school. And if you see a student with one or even hear someone talking about having a weapon, report it immediately. If something doesn't seem right or look right to you, speak up. If someone you know is showing signs of anger, or if you are feeling out of control, tell someone. If you feel threatened or bullied, tell someone. Violent acts often start out as small disagreements. Tell a parent or teacher if you see an argument taking place. It's better to let someone know about a disagreement before it gets out of hand. Let's put an end to these tragedies. Ask your school to adopt an anti-violence program. Visit ncpc.org to learn more about how to keep your school safe. That's ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Exercise is hard. So is maintaining a healthy diet. Of course, neither is half as hard as dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Even sadder, most of these deaths are preventable with a few lifestyle changes, including regular activity, healthier eating, and not smoking. Talk to your doctor about your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
New pitch in the ballgame for the Pittsfield Suns, right-handed hurler number 24, Sean Gamlin. And for Gamlin on the season, and we're going to take a peek at how he has done for Gamlin. He has an 0-1 record with a save, a 4.69 ERA, 7 appearances, 7 2/3 pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs all earned, 4 walks to 15 strikeouts. Looking to grab some holding action here in a save situation in the 8th.
I really like that 15 strikeout mark for Gamlin. 15 strikeouts and 7 2/3 pitched.
Guy that's struck out the batters in all of his appearances except one.
For Brody Altieri, he will receive the hold no matter what of the outcome. 1 inning pitched, 4 batters faced. He walked 1, gave up no hits, no runs, didn't strike out any, pitched 13 pitches, 7 for strikes. So he will receive the hold no matter what. Left-hand hitting Sean Lawler, the DH, will dig in. This one bounces in for a ball, 1-0. 1-3 on the day is Lawler, a double to left field as sprinting towards the left center gap was Bogus, and it bounced off his leg. Way out of ordinary effort. Did he have to track that far? And it probably would have been a double either way for Lawler. 1-0. High fly ball down the right field line. Fair or foul? Cooley going to chase. It is a foul ball. Cooley still staying in the contest after fouling 2 balls off of himself. Again, the grit by that young man.
Right? 2 in a row, too. The same at bat. Looks to be okay. Doesn't have a noticeable limp really over there in right field. But that guy is a true baseball player out there.
1 ball, 1 strike, nobody gone here in the top of the 8th, where the Suns lead at 6-3. Pitch. Fastball. That jets in there for a called strike. Now 1-2.
And jet is the word. Gamlin has got some heat on the pitches he throws. We've seen it in his past appearances here at Wacona Park. It has not diminished in that short time.
Here's the 1-2. Swung on, fouled off. And the count is now remaining at 1-2. Again, Sean Gamlin, a 3-sport high school athlete. He lettered in cross country, indoor track, and baseball. A strikeout artist because in his career at Fitchburg State University, he has 67 strikeouts in 46-plus innings. Yeah, that's a lot. And he only has 1 error as a pitcher in his career. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and that's a way to come into the contest with a strikeout. Bring up center fielder number 33, Ben Maljury, who's 0 for 3 on the day, continuing this for Gamlin. He's had an amazing season thus far. And taking a peek at Gamlin. His best outing was probably his last time out. Not the past 2 times out. It has been absolutely fantastic. It's fouled off 0-1. Gamlin, July 5th at the Silver Knights. 1 1/3, 1 hit, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 6 batters faced. June 29th at the Navigators. He was here at Wacona Park against the Silver Knights, I forgot to mention. 1 2/3, 3 strikeouts, no hits, no walks, 4 batters faced. It's a great line. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 3-run lead for the Suns. Gamlin with the 1-1. Called strike on the lower outside corner. Very close pitch, and it is called a strike just on the corner. Maybe generous, but either way, it's 1-2.
It's a beautiful frame job there done by Andrew Fernandez. He held that there for an extra couple seconds, and the umpire took a quick look at it and delivered the strike call.
Gamlin from the stretch exclusively works. The 1-2 runs a little in. They say it hit his jersey. That'll be a hit by pitch. Fernandez is going to come out to talk here with Gamlin. RBI triple by Kate Kretschmar's last time up. He later scored as well.
The right fielder, number 16, Cade Kretschmar.
The last time the North Shore Navigators were here, July 4th, Ben Malgeri was the guy that really stuck a thorn in the Suns' sides. It was 3 for 5, 2 runs in the game, a home run, a solo shot to left field.
And I love how you said that thorn in his sides. It wasn't just one side that he was a thorn on.
Right.
It was every dimension. Pitch. That's in there, called strike, 0-1.
Kate Kretschmar didn't do too bad in that game as well on the 4th. 2 for 3, 2 runs as well, 2 walks in the game. Didn't have an RBI, but still had a couple of key base hits to drive runners in.
The 0-1. That misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Been collecting the RBI, says Kretschmar, as of late. I believe if my count is correct, since July 1st, he has 13 RBIs out of 16. That's been really working for the Navigators.
The 1-1 hits the outside corner on the upper outside corner, 1-2. Long hold, and the runner goes. The 1-2, low for a ball. The throw over to second is not in time. That is a suspect call. But then again, Osmond did collect it on the shortstop side of second base. Had to come around. Look good from here, but rolling that one safe is Zavinsky.
I don't think Osmond was able to get the tag down in time. Like you said, he had to stretch over to the short base side of second base and then try to reach over and make the tag there on Malgeri and just couldn't get it in time.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second now. 2-2. Sets up inside, and it's fouled off on the jam job.
Coming off on that pitch where Gamlin's eyewear, not sure if you call those goggles or glasses or what, but
Eyewear is appropriate. 2-2, that just misses low there. Kretschmar's fought the count to 3-2 with 1 gone. Malgeri advanced to second on a stolen base. Which is his 6th out of 8 attempts that he has collected now. He's got a payoff pitch in mind. Here it comes, the fire. Now back towards us. Heads up!
Oh boy, that was close.
Yeah, that's why I yelled heads up. That one was very close to Fernandez. That was about, 2 feet away?
Very close.
That hit off of the base of the roof of the grandstand. That's why it ricocheted out that far. That's the one time I'll yell heads up like that because that was, well, to put it in lack of a better phrase, the danger zone. Gamlin, the stretch, checking second. Again, the payoff. Misses high and away. That'll walk him. Dominic Freeberger's 2 for 3. Productive out his last time out with an RBI ground out. Otherwise, he's 2 for 3 with 2 singles, a stolen base, a run scored. Here comes Brandon Shalikas. And actually the first time we've seen Shalikas down here tonight.
If you look at it, Freeberger's actually the game-tying run here at the plate. Here at the top of the 8th, Gamlin having a little bit of control issues, which we've seen pretty much all season long. He's got at least 1 walk in 5 out of his 7 appearances. He has 1 here, so now make it 6 out of 8. Looks like Henry Leak starting to warm up pretty quickly in the bullpen for the Suns.
Henry Leak, the closer for the Suns, all-star closer at that.
Now that is the first baseman, number 31, Dominic Freeberger.
Only other game being played right now, the Westfield Starfires blowing out the Nashua Silver Knights. Starfires at home 13-1 in the top of the 8th.
Wow.
Freeberger representing the game tying run with 1 out. Runners on first and second. Gamlin in a jam here. Peak at second and the pitch. Breaking ball, but it's high, 1-0.
Could almost say he's in a jamlin here.
All right. Okay.
That's a bit of a reach, but yeah.
I wanted to do it for you, Billy.
I mean, Beauty and the Beast cast and saying cast on, that's okay in my book. That pitch misses low on the inside part of the plate. Now 2-0. Gamlin just not finding the strike zone.
Well, he took off those glasses that you mentioned, Steve, before, and he threw them to the dugout.
So he did.
He doesn't have those going for him anymore, and he's thrown 3 straight balls since he's done that. I don't know.
Well, they fell off on a couple of pitches, actually.
2-0 is hot shot foul, and the count is 2-1, which is a good advocate for this rope that I have connected with my glasses. It's a good thing to have if you're having some sportswear.
Oh, I was going to say, as an athlete, I feel like that's almost a must.
In this case, I'm not an athlete by any stretch of the word, but hey, you know, it still works. Two-one count. Gamlin, check second. Twice at second, and the 2-1. Breaking ball misses high, now 3-1. Very peculiar situation now for Gamlin. 3-1 count. Leak is almost ready. The stretch. 3-1. Fouled off, and the count is full at 3-2.
Well, like those people over there.
Went right to him off a 3-hop dribbler, that is. Count is full. Runners on second and third. Speedy Malgeri at second.
Freeberger, not too much of a home run threat. No home runs this summer. 1 home run at UNC Asheville, where he plays his college ball.
Swung on a miss for strike 3. A big out there for Gamlin. Freeberger looking back and asking if that pitch was out of the zone. And it looked good. Might have been letter high, but just on the upper part of the zone, it looked good from here. And now here's the shortstop, number 23, Logan Bravo, with 2 gone. The momentum in favor of Gamlin. 2 out, 2 on. The tying run right now is Logan Bravo. He represents that. Gamlin will fire. Swung on a miss for strike 1.
Surprising to me, he's a pinch hitter, and the guy that comes to mind is Tyler McGregor, who is on the bench, not hooked with the team here today. But he's still an option if he is here today to play.
Barring anything like an off day or
Right.
potential injury, what have you. I'm sure there is a valid reason for it, just it's unbeknownst to us. The count is 1-1.
And Bravo, he has 5 home runs this year. Both he and Sean Lawler.
A ball, a strike, 2 gone. Runners on first and second. Kretschmar on first. On second is Malgeri. Gamlin checks second. 1-1. Pitch is high.
Needless to say, probably not the guy you want to see up. And Logan Bravo does have the power to get it over the wall. 5 homers, like you said, Steve. So maybe Tyler McGregor is going to stay on that bench and watch his team hopefully hit a home run here, as Bravo clearly capable.
This one fouled back. And now it's a 2-2 count as the pressure builds. Fans getting behind the Suns here in a pressure cooker situation. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone, 2 on, tying run at home, top of the 8th. Suns lead it 6-3. Gamlin, the pitch. Crowd reaction says it all. Super close pitch, upper outside corner, a ball. The runners will be off with a pitch. A huge pitch from Gamlin forthcoming. Gamlin, he sets and fires. And there's a strikeout there for Gamlin. Big clutch moment there for Gamlin there, recovering, and he eventually strikes out the side. We head now to the bottom of the 8th through 7.5, and the Suns still lead it by a score of 6-3. We're going to listen into the crowd as they will sing Sweet Caroline, and a new pitcher will come into the contest for the North Shore Navigators. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Navigators, number 34, Parker Brown.
New pitch in the ball game for the North Shore Navigators will be number 34, right-handed hurler. That's Parker Brown. And we'll take a peek at Parker Brown on his season right now. Brown, a solid season. No record, has a 3.27 ERA, 8 appearances, 11 innings pitched, 9 hits, 8 runs, half of them earned at 4, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Not really a strikeout artist, but more of a ground ball pitcher. Good attempt there by the person with the vuvuzela.
Is that what that's called?
Or vuvuzela, depending on who you ask.
All right. Can't say I've ever heard of that.
Go to a soccer stadium, they'll know.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yup, I didn't know that's what that was called.
Dan Baruch, a grounds rule double into left field his last time up with an RBI attached. He is 1 for 2. Beautiful bender there from Brown. Called strike 0-1. That will end the line there on Hunter Wilichowski. Wilichowski had 2 innings, faced the minimum. No hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts, and he had 23 pitches, 14 for strikes. Next pitch is a called strike. And the count is 0-2 here to Dan Baruch. And the pitch. 0-2 is hit high in the air towards center. Malgary will get underneath it, as so did Baruch. Got way under it. And that will be an out into center field on the fly.
Well, we all collectively gasped as Baruch hit that. He put a lot of power into it, just a little too under it, as it is an out, deep out to center field. But that would have been another feather in the cap of Dan Baruch, who's really come alive in these last couple of games.
High fly ball. This one deep to left. Going back is Wetterell towards the wall, and he will not get there. It's over the wall. And the Pittsfield Suns are out of the dugout, and they hit their 3rd homer of the ball game. Pittsfield Suns now lead it by a score of 7-3.
My, oh my, Andrew Fernandez. He got way under that one, probably more than Dan Baruch did, but he sent that one out of here. Pittsfield dugout completely out. Everybody out of the dugout. That's the first time I've seen that. They must be really happy. There's something going on there with Andrew Fernandez. Whether it be his birthday, I'm not sure. There's something. There's something different about that home run.
Either way, getting mobbed out there like it was a walk-off winner there is Fernandez. This will bring up Taylor Becker, who has tall shoes to fill.
Has he ever? Fernandez home run number 2 of the season. His only other one came back on the 26th of June in a loss against the Brockton Rocks.
Fernandez, he of 232 coming into the game, 1 homer, 7 doubles. Arguably the least offensively successful catcher for the Suns this year, and that's, not a disservice to him by any means.
It's just a better
you're competing
service
with Matt Malcolm and Jackson Peterson, but boy, if his bat comes alive down the stretch here, watch out.
Hot shot over towards second. Gobbled up, no. Dropped by the second baseman. Throw over to first. Recovery there by Calero. That's the second instance where that has occurred. Now this will bring up the shortstop, number 40, Bryce Osmond. He's 0 for 3. Wants at least 1 hit here today, as he as well as Jeff Bogus are the only men without a hit today. First pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. This one towards left center field, and that one's going to dunk down for a base hit. Osmond able to get it going as he hits this one into left center field on the line shot, and he's on the board with a single.
That gives double digits in the hit column to the Pittsfield Suns here tonight. Bryce Osmond finally getting it back on track.
First pitch, that hits there against the lefty on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Also hits the lower outside corner, called strike 2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. That is going to end the inning as the Pittsfield Suns now head to the top of the ninth as they try to hold on to this one. They currently lead it by a score of 7-3 as we head to the top of the ninth. Suns 3 outs away. Now we head to the top of the ninth. Suns lead it 7-3. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
In times like these, violence in our schools is a reality, so it's important to know what to do if a dangerous situation arises, and also how to prevent it. Kids, never bring a weapon to school, and if you see a student with one, or even hear someone talking about having a weapon, report it immediately. If something doesn't seem right or look right to you, speak up. If someone you know is showing signs of anger, or if you are feeling out of control, tell someone. If you feel threatened or bullied, tell someone. Violent acts often start out as small disagreements. Tell a parent or teacher if you see an argument taking place. It's better to let someone know about a disagreement before it gets out of hand. Let's put an end to these tragedies. Ask your school to adopt an anti-violence program. Visit ncpc.org to learn more about how to keep your school safe. That's ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
New pitcher in the ball game for the Pittsfield Suns to close this one out is the all-star reliever, right-handed hurler, Henry Leak. will come into the contest for the Pittsfield Suns in an unsafe situation. For Leak, all-star numbers. Best ERA on the team, 1.00 is ERA. 2-0 record with 2 saves, 8 appearances, 9 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run all season. 15 strikeouts, 0 walks given up.
We have not seen Henry Leak here at Wacona Park since June 27th, in which he notched a save, a 7-5 win over the Nashville Silver Knights, and a shame at that, as he's an absolute delight to watch on the mound. I'd like to see him play every game. Obviously, that's not realistic, but as a broadcaster, he is very fun to watch.
Sean Gamlin will receive a hold. And a great inning, recovering as well after a hit batsman and a walk. 5 batters faced, striking out the side. 29 pitches, 16 for strikes. Pop up over towards us. Bounce off the concourse. Yep, that's going to go right over to some patrons just outside the gate. Count is 0-1 here to Nolan Watson. Swung on, fouled off. Definitely not going to see where that one went. Count is 0-2. True to nature, I'm still drinking out of this bat mug, and it still smells like vanilla.
Keep it going. 3 outs left.
The 0-2. 2 outs left. Swung on and missed for strike 3.
Man, he makes it look easy, doesn't he? Off-speed pitch there by Leak. Absolutely fooled the batter, Watson. Fun to watch.
Just so impressive. 16 strikeouts, no walks this summer. Man, too good. Too good.
Too good as well because he's pretty much a two-way player. First pitch in there, called strike to Keegan Calero, 0-1. It's primarily a 2. Leak ain't no slouch. You're going to see a lot of scouts here on Scout Day for the All-Star game. They're going to be looking at Leak immensely and very focused on him. 0-2, called strike 3. Pittsfield Suns are 1 out away with Colin Wetterow. Will dig in. He's the last gasp for the Navigators.
Fielder number 25, Colin Wetterow.
Not looking too good here for the Navigators. Quick 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Henry Leak just absolutely cruising.
The 0-1 swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. He's certainly cruising for a bruising with the 2 Ks, and Wetterow here has an 0-1 count. A step off here from Leak. The 0-1. Oh, it misses outside.
I was thinking it. Wasn't going to say anything. But
thank you.
But
I just realized that 1 pitch ago.
I did too. I was sitting there thinking, is this a...
The 1-1 is a line drive just past the second baseman, Barry, into right center field. That'll be a base knock for Wetterow, his first of the ball game. The saying goes, better late than never. That is a single to center. Andrew Olzak right now 0 for 4 with a fielder's choice his last time up. A couple strikeouts and a line out to right field. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Billy Madewell, Steve O'Brien Jr., Colin Quinn at Paul Downfield at Wacona Park in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Top 9, 2 outs, a runner on. Pittsfield Suns, they lead the North Shore Navigators 7-3. Hot shot foul, first base side.
Olzak, despite his struggles this evening, one of the North Shore Navigators named to the All-Star team as a shortstop. He is one of the infielders for the Pittsfield Hillies, which we will see next Tuesday.
The 0-1, just inside. The count is 1-1. I believe the Electrics are going to be the home team because they were the first team to play at Wacona Park. Don't quote me on that, but I will say this. I was right about the 2 teams.
Yes, you were. I was just going to say that. Not only were you right about that, You were right about tonight's T-shirt giveaway, it being the Pittsfield Electrics, well before it was announced.
And ladies and gentlemen, no, I don't have some exclusive. I find out when you find out. I'm lucky. Leak has a 2-1 count. The pitch swung on, fouled off, and now the Pittsfield Suns are 1 strike away. Leak sets from the stretch. The 2-2. Chopper headed towards third. Grabbing that one is Beckett. Throw to first is offline, way offline. No advancement over to second, but advancement second to third there on the throwing error by Beckett.
Not really sure what happened there with Beckett. He double pumped at third. It seemed like he had plenty of time to make the play.
He couldn't get the ball out of his glove.
Fair enough.
I've seen that with in the major leagues. Sacrifice fly out to center where the center fielder just spikes it. He double pump because he can't get the ball out of the glove. So bring up Sean Lawler. Chopper this one towards second. This one gloved by Barry. The throw to first is there in time, and that is going to end the contest. Pittsfield Suns with a huge win over the North Shore Navigators by a final score of 7-3. Big win for the Suns. And we're going to bring to you the Pittsfield Suns post-game show when we come back on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Did you know the third leading cause of fire deaths for older adults is cooking? Hi, I'm Rob Neal from the United States Fire Administration with important fire safety tips for seniors. Never leave cooking unattended because a serious fire can start in seconds. Don't wear loose clothing while cooking. Keep towels and pot holders away from the range. Double check the kitchen before you go to bed or leave your home. This message is brought to you by the United States Fire Administration, your local fire department, and this radio station.
Hi, we're talking to real smokers about quitting. Tell me when you smoke and why you smoke.
Eat, cigarette, kids, cigarette, dinner, another cigarette.
One on my way to lunch, one after lunch.
And another cigarette, and another cigarette.
Have you tried to quit?
Yes. I become angry.
It ain't that easy. You can't just quit cold turkey. I tried.
What would you do different?
Actually having a plan and thinking it through.
You have to relearn how to live your life without a cigarette in your hand.
With the right plan, you can quit smoking. Free at becomeanx.org. X, a new way to think about quitting. Brought to you by X and the Ad Council.
Give yourself the gift of a comfortable retirement by setting some cash aside for yourself. Saving a little of your monthly income can be as affordable as the average holiday gift. If retirement is near, you'll want to start saving right away. If you're younger, begin saving now, and compound interest will help your retirement funds snowball. A great way to figure out how much you'll need to save for retirement is to learn how much you'll get from Social Security. Do that in minutes at www.socialsecurity.gov/estimator.
Welcome to the Pittsfield Suns post-game show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Now, back to Paul Dowd Field at historic Wacona Park in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, with your host, Billy Madewell, Steve O'Brien, and Colin Quinn.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pittsfield Suns post-game show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Here at Wacona Park, my name is Billy Madewell, again joined by Steve O'Brien Jr. and Colin Quinn. Guys, for the Pittsfield Suns, they didn't have to rely on their pitching, although it was stellar. Their offense was just as stellar.
Well, three guys that really impressed me tonight. The 6, 7, 8 hitters, Dan Baruch, Andrew Fernandez, and Taylor Beckett. Fernandez and Beckett both with home runs in this game. Fernandez was 2 for 4. Beckett similarly 2 for 4, and Baruch reached base twice with a double. He's come alive in recent games. We know the Suns can get production from their big bats, guys like Jack Kalumovic, Jackson Peterson, Matt Malcolm, Mark Coley. We know that those guys, and Connor Berry, we know those guys are here to play on the offense. But if guys that are more known for their defense, if guys like Fernandez, like Baruch, like Beckett start to come alive down the stretch run here for the Suns, watch out. That is a dangerous team to face.
Well, it was a team effort here tonight. Offense, defense, pitching was just really, really good. I like how you pointed out Taylor Beckett, how much of a struggle it's been for him to get it going this summer, but he was able to really just get the job done here today in his first couple of at-bats. He got a couple of clutch base hits early, and the Suns were not letting off the gas, and they kept going and scored in all but 2 innings for them here tonight. Not the 6th and the 7th, but they got 1-1, 2, 1-1, 0-0, and 1 to round out the end of the game. So really a collective effort for the Suns here tonight.
And here's how the scoring happened. An RBI triple by Mark Coley in the first. An RBI single by Taylor Beckett in the second. A 2-run blast to straightaway center by Mark Coley in the third. In the fourth, a solo shot by Taylor Beckett. In the top of the fifth, it was the North Shore Navigators who would score. And that would be off an RBI single by Keegan Calero. Suns would get that run back in the bottom of the fifth off an RBI grounds rule double by Dan Baruch with runners on first and second pushed across a runner. 2 runs would come at the top of the sixth. That would be off an RBI triple by Cade Kretschmar and an RBI ground up by Dominic Freeberger. And then the Pittsfield Suns, well, they'd get another run in the bottom of the eighth with a solo shot by Andrew Fernandez. And that lifted the Pittsfield Suns up to 3 home runs, which is right now a season high.
I was going to ask about
At
that.
a home game, yes. It is a season high for the Suns. 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Navigators. And they left a total of 9 men on base. For the Pittsfield Suns, 7 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. And they left only 6 men on base. That's a pretty good margin there for the Suns, having more runs than batters left on. Just an amazing all-around game for the Suns. Pitching was there. Defense was there. Offense, oh boy, and the power, that was there as well. Pittsfield Suns, they get a pretty good win here against the North Shore Navigators by a final score of 7-3. For tonight's contest, the player of the game, Mark Coley. Triple, homer, hit by pitch. He was 2 for 3. With 3 RBI, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base to boot. He had a phenomenal game, especially defensively, as a staple out there in right field as well. Much deserved, just as much as the pitcher of the game was the starter, John Clayton, with the quality start. For John Clayton, he went 6 innings, faced 25 batters, 3 runs, all of them earned, 7 hits, including a double and a triple. No walks, 9 strikeouts, a season high for Clayton. 95 pitches, 72 for strikes. He was dealing through and throughout and rarely had any hiccups.
He's really fun to watch and is becoming a guy that is very fun to watch on this Suns pitching staff. We all know how electric John Morrison can be and what a treat it is to call a game in which he starts, but I could say the same now for John Clayton.
The Pittsfield Suns, again, a huge win, and this will mark another one on the scoreboard as they continue to ascend and continue to grow, even as the top team in the league. And now they are the first team in the league this year to reach 20 wins. They are now 20-13 on the 2-game win streak, as everyone in the league right now is in their last 10 games, 4-6, 5-5, or 6-4. The Pittsfield Suns are on the higher side of that last 10 games, going 6-4. Dropping will be the North Shore Navigators. They dropped down to 19-17. That's right now the 5 mark. Pittsfield Suns getting the win. That will be John Clayton, as if there were any doubt there. Clayton now improves to 2-0. For Sarcone, he will drop to 1-2. And getting 2 holds will be the first 2 relievers, Altier and Gamlin. Leake will just have a fantastic performance, and he'll have to settle for that. It's just a fantastic performance. That's it. 2 strikeouts and giving up a hit. That's really it. What a game all around for the Pittsfield Suns. And before we sign off, gentlemen, your final thoughts on tonight.
Well, I'd just like to say I brought his name up a couple of broadcasts ago as someone who has flown under the radar lately, but who has quietly impressed, settling down after a shaky month of June. Brody Altier comes in again today, retires 3 of 4 batters that he faces, issues 1 walk. That runner never advanced past first. I was pretty impressed with him tonight. He's been that middle relief problem that the Suns had 3-4 weeks ago really no longer seems like a problem.
I just thought it was, like I said, a complete game for the Suns. They've had a couple of mishaps in the last couple of games, but they've bounced back really, really nicely against Westfield and now here against the North Shore Navigators. John Clayton was excellent tonight, 9 strikeouts, a high for the summer for him. And Taylor Beckett, the 2-for-4 man that has been struggling at the plate with the 2 RBIs today. Good to see him really getting going. Hopefully, next time he's in the lineup, he continues that trend.
This ball game started at 6:33 p.m. and ended at 9:13 p.m. for a game time total of 2 hours and 40 minutes. The next time the Pittsfield have a game will be tomorrow on the back end of a home-and-home against the North Shore Navigators. They will travel to Lynn, Massachusetts, and Frazier Field to take on these very same North Shore Navigators, as they're sure to look for revenge against the Pittsfield Suns in this 7-3 contest on the winning side, the Pittsfield Suns. The next time you'll hear from us will not be Friday. That's the Suns' off day on the 12th. The next time you'll hear from us, the last home game before the All-Star break, Pittsfield Suns will take on the Bristol Blues for Craft Beer Night. And the Bristol Blues contest will kick off at 6 o'clock, and pregame is going to be set for a pregame time of 5:45. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us alongside Steve O'Brien Jr. and Colin Quinn. For players, coaches, umpires, and fans, this is Billy Madewell signing off, saying thank you for tuning in to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Have yourself a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to you all coming up on Saturday night.
Thank you for listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Please join us next time for more exciting baseball action from Paul Dowd Field at historic Wacona Park. This play-by-play broadcast of Pittsfield Suns Baseball was a production of the Pittsfield Suns. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the accounts and descriptions of this game without the expressed written consent of the Pittsfield Suns is strictly prohibited.